We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Hey! What year is it?
1999.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. Product is the same. Hi, buddy. Why don't you sit down?
We can warn people about Y2K and how horrible that was.
It was catastrophic.
We've been living in... It's like Fallout World right now
Yes.
outside because of how horrible that was.
This is all CGI.
Yeah.
This is not the real world.
They don't know what any of those words mean in 1999.
Oh, yeah. This is all Toy Story. We're in a Toy Story.
Are you Buzz Lightyear?
I am Buzz Lightyear, and he is Woody.
What am I?
You're the... No,
Bart.
you are Woody. He's the binoculars.
Aw, not even Slinky Dog?
Nope.
Give me Barbie.
You can be Barbie.
T-Rex?
No.
Barbie.
You're Barbie.
Oh.
Buzz Lightyear, Woody, and Barbie. Watch Slamboree.
Yep.
It's going to be a hit.
Alright, here we go, guys. 5, 4, 3. Hello, everybody. Thank you for listening and tuning in to us here at the WCWTF podcast. I'm your host, the man of 1,004 names, Tyrell Interference.
Yeah, I still have you as Tyroy Cowboy Pun. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oops,
shit.
I forgot to ask you what you were going to be today.
Some planning that we did.
I planned, man. I switched these things around and we're on
Yeah,
different counts.
by the way, I think everybody, if you're watching the video, should notice the Lex
Yes.
Luger. We didn't have that
Yeah,
last
no
video.
one's ever actually seen this.
Yeah, so check that out.
This is the Loveful Luger.
Yeah.
The lights are on. I gotta find Loveful.
It's on the bottom somewhere. Is it?
It should be. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. There it is. There you go. That's a throwback, but no one's ever actually seen the Lex Luger shirt that Mark gave me for Christmas.
It's amazing.
2 years ago?
Yep,
Last year?
it was 2 years ago, I think.
2 years
Or was
ago.
it? I don't
No,
know.
it was
yeah,
last
it was
year.
last year. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Also, if you're watching the video and you see over there, that is official WCWTF merchandise. That's the Get Out of Here Jack Swagger t-shirt. That is for sale.
Yep.
So if anybody wants it, it's an extra large. We only have one, so get in on that.
But you can be the person to get it.
You
And
can be
if
the
you
first person.
are Jack Swagger and you want that, we're going to up the price.
Yeah,
that's
Right. Okay, I mean, you got it.
It's $1,000,
Right.
and then you have to get out of here with it.
Yeah.
Your dog's getting into your cranberry juice.
Oh no, that's my favorite. Oh, oh no, I'm gonna. Oh,
Don't drink it. Don't drink it.
I'm gonna drink.
Drink it. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait until everyone forgets that my dog was in it. Though.
Right.
Yeah. So if you want the Jack Swagger T-shirt, get in touch with us and we will ship it to you.
It's
$25.
I think it's
$25.
$25, including shipping.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean plus shipping. So like $35.
Yeah.
If you want it shipped.
Maybe 50.
$55.
Yeah. It's made by the top-notch Malaysian immigrants
Yes.
who are just like sweating away in like a Bronx suburb. I mean, they're really trying hard to make this wonderful
If
shirt
you
for us.
look closely, you can see the tears.
Right. Oh, yeah. There was a note that said, please help me, but the help had 2 P's. I'm like, you can't even spell. I'm not going to help you. This is Trump's America, man.
Yeah.
You aren't contributing.
You can't spell. You don't get help.
Nope.
Truthfully, and this is a little pimping right now. We got those from Rush Order Tees. I was not happy with one of the T-shirts we got, so they gave me another one for free. I didn't even reach out to them. I just filled out a survey, and they contacted me. They called me. They were like, "Hey, we heard you weren't happy. How about we send you another one and a coupon?" I was like, "Yep."
Cool.
So Rush Hour Tees, it's not going to be right the first time, but they'll give you something for free.
That should be the tagline. We'll fuck it up once, but we'll make it right.
Yep. Hey, I am Killer Greg. You can find me at KillerGreg17 if you're watching the video. Right there, you can see our videos on Twitch.com/Idiots with Mics. We live stream all of our podcasts now, and Ty and I also we do a Tuesday thing with video games.
That's right.
Yep. Mark, who are you?
Hey, look up that. Check it out. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to lift it, sort of.
There you go.
Oh. I am Megastar Mark. You can find me at Megastar Mark on the tweet machines. And gentlemen, here we are.
Yep,
Cash, here we are.
we have jumped aboard the Ascension Time Machine.
Yep.
Back to May 9th, 1999, coming to you guys live from the TWA Dome, St. Louis, Missouri.
Missouri. It is really crowded, by the way, in this time machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ty, would you mind getting out somewhere in the 70s?
I'm fine with that.
All right. We'll just go on our way.
Oh, we can grow sweet stashes. That'd be awesome. Oh, man.
Oh man. The last girl I was with.
Had a mustache?
Yep. And I was like, "You gotta shave that, bitch." And she was like, I was like, "All right." That's how most of my relationships go.
That's a great story,
That
too.
was.
Yeah, she was like, "Hey, we're not talking if you have a mustache." And I was like, "I should shave a mustache."
You had a great cop stash going for a while.
Yeah.
If you can imagine that with Killer Greg. if you're watching the
It
video.
might come back
Is
because
it?
I'm
Good.
not with that girl now.
Yeah.
And I have no other girls on the horizon, so
No.
coming in hot. Cop.
So we're coming at you live from the TWA Dome, St. Louis, Missouri, for our final David Arquette-less Slamboree.
Man,
yeah.
1 year from now,
I wish we were watching that one.
it's going to be so different. It's already different, like, say, 4 months ago, what we're seeing right now in WCWTF land. Imagine what's going to be like a year from now. We're going to have fucking Crowbar hanging around.
Oh, god damn Crowbar. We do have a sponsor for tonight's show. Very excited.
Okay, great.
Our sponsor for tonight, Conan's Strawberries and Salad Delivery Service.
Nice.
Delivering fresh strawberries and cleanly tossed salads to your door at a low monthly rate, whether you want it or not.
I love it.
It's perfect for keeping yourself slim and a great romantic night in for that special someone in your life. And now with a variety of dressings. Conan's Strawberries and Salads. You're going to eat it whether you want to or not.
I like the idea of Conan, like...
Oh, that's not an attractive joke.
I like the idea of Conan, though, strong-arming any service that he has. He kind of does that with his podcast. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
like
so weird.
When he finds out that like you're just a listener or a podcast, he will come after you. So if you're on Twitter, you just want to say like, "Hey, I heard you have a podcast." He will go out of his way to make sure you listen to his podcast.
He does a great job pimping himself.
He does.
Way better than us.
Oh yeah.
If you do like what we do, help us keep our podcast free and our ads stupid. Patreon.com/WCWTF podcast. Check it out.
One of our best episodes we've ever done is only on Patreon. So if you want to hear that and have us have like a competent discussion on wrestling, check it out.
This is not the place for that.
No. Fuck
Patreon.
that.
You gotta pay for the good stuff.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Oh, I just realized that our YouTube and Twitter pictures are missing.
Oh
So
shit.
hey, this is our YouTube one. You can find us at WCWTF Podcast on YouTube.
You gotta search that we don't have like a name or anything.
And this is our Twitter. So, there you go.
There you go.
And Twitter is hilarious.
Yes,
Whoever
it's
runs that is a fucking genius, gentlemen.
I've heard that. I don't know who runs that. It's like a Santa elf.
Yeah, it's Cash.
He's so upset that toy is on the ground right now.
That's alright. He's not gnawing at my crotch anymore.
You're welcome.
No, he's not gnawing at my crotch anymore. That sucks. Get the toy.
Cash, you got it.
So before we get too far off the rails, as we always do, let's go ahead and kick that theme music.
Theme music kicked.
This is where I added in theme music for the actual podcast.
Which is, if you haven't
Oh,
listened to
yeah.
this before, it's a Wallflower song. It's one headlight. It's very good. I mean,
Is that a Wallflower song?
I think so.
Sing it for me.
One headlight.
I'm unfamiliar.
It's a Cardigan song.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yep.
Meh, meh, meh.
One headlight, baby.
It's a Jamiroquai song.
Oh, name one Jamiroquai song that isn't Virtual Insanity.
Shit.
And go.
You might as well ask me like name a Savage Garden song. Name just any Savage Garden
Name
song.
any one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Name another Baha Men song.
Ooh.
Well, no,
Oh,
that
man.
doesn't exist.
How about a Chumbawamba song? Not that famous one.
Not Tub Thumping?
Not Tub.
Not
Is that what
Tub
it's
Thumping.
called?
Yeah.
Tub something?
Yeah.
Do you want the whiskey drink? Do you want the vodka drink? Do you want the soda drink? Talking good on that one.
It was like Chumbawamba was here.
We now have a new theme song.
Oh,
I'm just gonna...
oh, we lost our thing.
Oh shit.
No.
Oh, Vince found out.
Oh no.
we got that content strike.
Yeah.
Well, they got the content strike because my singing of Tub Thumping was so accurate and so close to the original. They struck us.
Yeah, we're gonna get a YouTube copyright violation.
Right?
Incoming.
That happens.
So here we are, St. Louis, Missouri, for Slamboree in 1999. Our tagline for tonight's show,
Oh, froze.
watch rules and bones shattered in the comfort of your own home.
Wow.
That's not bad. Compared to some of the other ones we heard, that's not bad. That's not like hugging your uncle. I mean, so...
Give your father a big wet hug.
Probably your big lamb fart sweater.
In your lamp fart sweater, that's right. Now, why don't we have that? If we contact... Who made that again?
This Rush Order Tees. Yeah. Rush Order Tees, get us some sweaters.
Right.
Hey Ty, can you reach around back there and just
Oh.
turn off and on the Xbox again?
I bet he will.
It froze. I don't know why.
Hold on, wait. Wrong side.
Might, yeah, that might be a PlayStation next week.
Nope. Okay, hold on.
There we go. Now blast it again. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, this Xbox is frozen twice in a row now, so.
No, you said it was.
Yeah, I said it was going.
Stupid. Yeah.
Xbox, you're fired.
You're
We're going
fired.
to a PlayStation.
So before we start talking, let's do everybody's favorite game. Guess the attendance. Now, Greg, you did win last week,
All right.
Mm-hmm.
so you got to go first.
All right.
So wait, before you guess, I just want to know, just because I'm curious, how hard did you fuck Eric Bischoff to get those exact numbers last week?
Like on a scale of 1 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
it was like a 4.
That's a very loving, caring fucking man.
Yes, I love and care for Eric Bischoff.
He doesn't like that.
He doesn't like that?
I fucked him to a 9.5, so I'm going to win this time.
All right.
Okay.
I
I fucked him so his hair turned black again. Go, you first.
So this arena looked huge, but Nasty Boy ruined it the first time.
As nasty boys are wont to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as Nasty Boys are wont to do. Wow, Cash, fuck off, man.
He really wants to have train
Yeah,
on
he
you.
does.
21,000 people.
Whoa. Where are we? What
St.
arena?
Louis.
What's the arena?
Hold on. The TWA Dome.
15,000.
Depending on how we do this,
Ooh.
the actual attendance, 20,516.
Wow. Holy
Oh
crap.
my god, I am a god.
Wow.
However-
dude.
I am a god. There is no however. Move next segment.
I do have a little bit of extra information about this.
I like extra
Alright.
information.
The actual number of paid tickets was about 13,000.
No.
So they padded it with 7,000 free tickets to get this arena.
So
that fucking
half full.
counts.
that counts. You
tickets
won. You
sold.
won.
No, you did win.
You win.
But I just thought that was...
That's amazing. They papered almost 7,000.
Yeah, I think
Holy
that's the interesting
shit.
part. I'm not declaring you the loser or anything.
No, you
but
won.
The fact that, man, 7,000 tickets just given away.
You won, and you fucked Bischoff again. That's good. Good for you. Good for you.
Going up to
Uh,
a
Maybe,
5.
maybe you're 9.5's too hard.
It honestly wasn't Bischoff. It was just some dude in the alleyway. But I mean, he said his name was Eric Bischoff.
Silver hair.
It was actually Greg Gagne.
I can't believe I got that. I thought I was just taking.
Yeah, that's
That was-
crazy.
that
But
was-
That place is huge.
The word
Yeah.
dome is there, so
Yeah.
that does, I should have guessed a little bit larger. So I still can't get over that. So this is 99. What month is this? What are we in?
May.
May. I mean, they're not struggling. I mean, they're struggling, but like in terms of ticket sales and in terms of viewership, they're still pulling in 4s. They're still doing great merch numbers. The paper 7,000 in a wrestling town like I'm sorry, we're in Missouri, right?
Yep.
I mean, wow, that's horrible.
It's insane to me.
It's hard to fill that.
Yeah.
I mean, 13,000 people is already a lot. That
So-
still would have been larger than half the arenas they sell.
Well, we'll get to it later, but they just fucking tarped over half the stadium. So
Yeah.
just do that. Just pull a Jaguars.
Yeah.
So you might notice the booking. So going in, you might notice the booking is a little bit all over the place tonight.
No.
There are a few reasons. NWO is pretty much done at this point.
Okay.
You wouldn't. How could you tell? They're still NWO people. They still play the Wolfpack
They still,
music.
the music, which is constant all the way through. We were complaining about it in the last episode, but my God, how many times do we have to fucking hear the ooh?
You get Steiner, who's not even like even in the Wolfpack anymore. And
Yeah.
they're just blaring the Wolfpack theme.
Dude.
So beyond that, backstage, no one else knows who's supposed to hate who's supposed to be friends with who. Like, it's just nothing but craziness all over the place. What? No one knows whose team they're on. It's just chaos. Flair doesn't have the NWO to fight against right now because Hogan is injured. So he's just gonna fight Piper for a spoiler alert, a few months. Goldberg doesn't have a title.
Months?
Goldberg doesn't have a title, so they're just having him fight Sting. for reasons that there's not even any reason for it. Scott Steiner doesn't have anything to do, so he just fights with Buff, DDP. He's the champ, so he gets to fight Nash.
Yeah.
It's just a clusterfuck.
Well,
all up and down.
So this is May, June, July, August, September. So 5 months away from Vince Russo. You can kind of tell at this point, like, because they're getting thumped in the ratings nonstop at this point in their run. So you really get the impression that nobody has any idea of day to day what's happening. So I get people always say, like, why would you bring in Vince Russo when everyone thinks Vince McMahon, was the one who ran Raw and who was the creative genius behind Raw? That's kind of revisionist thinking. People at the time, I think, really thought Russo was the main driving factor.
He said he was.
Well, yeah, right.
I mean, like,
you had to believe him at the time. Like he had all this stuff to back him up that all the ratings were through the roof. So I get why they were looking for somebody within that WWE bubble who could bring some organization and stability. That didn't happen, but
nope. Opening. Oh, sorry.
WCW desperately needed a shot in the arm. Even if Vince Russo wasn't like the mastermind behind the Attitude Era, any change was a positive change.
Yep.
The company got run to the ground not just because Russo came. It's because nobody fucking tried, and their contracts were all a mess.
I mean, once we get more into Russo, like, there's a very, very infamous interview he does where he's like, I was the head writer of WCW for 9 months. You really think I'm the reason that shit show failed?
No, absolutely. It's a good point. It's an excellent point. It was already headed way downhill. He did try to pull it up, but,
Opening video package tonight just runs down some of the matches we have. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Straightforward, just more fart rocky.
I love that fart rock.
Can I make another statement?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know, like, Russo's coming in and we're thinking this is a stale product or whatever. For the first time since the inception of this podcast, I actually know what's going on. Like, either the video packages they're doing, but, like, everything makes sense. Like, it's clear who's with who. It's clear what they're fighting for. It's just, like, storyline-wise, it's not really a mess anymore. Now, granted, there are moments that come out where, like, okay, well, now they're making it confusing, and we'll get to that at some point. But, like, for the first time, I understood where the lines were, who's representing who, and whatever.
I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I understood it for the show, and I thought, like, I have a note down here that I thought the video package at the beginning did a good job telling me what I'm going to see later, like what matches I'm going to see, who's in each match, which we don't get sometimes on these pay-per-views. So that was nice to see, but I agree with Ty a little bit. I really don't know what they were fighting over. I mean, like, last pay-per-view we saw, it seemed like we're watching a completely different product, and it's 30 days later.
Well, maybe.
So, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, how did Flair get to this point? How did... I'm just kind of lost in terms of why they're fighting.
Like, granted, some things change. Like Booker T's allegiance, or not Booker T, Rick Steiner's allegiance changes by the end of this and stuff. But, like, I understood who was WCW, who wasn't. I understood who, like, I understood the Four Horsemen were a defined thing that operate in and of themselves. The flock is coming together, or not the flock. Like Raven. This is who's with Raven. There was just like. When the NWO was happening, they never had an opposition. It was just like people were in the NWO or they weren't, and there were other people. I don't know.
Yeah, I always wondered with the NWO, how it's like they planned this massive force that was going to invade WCW and take it over and just ruin it from the inside. They never had anybody to play off of aside from Sting, who was up in the rafters. Like, even there's never a unified front. How can you plan an angle with just one side? I always thought that was the simplest thing to do, and they never did it. It's just there's never a unified front against them.
You had Flair there for a bit, but then he and Bischoff got into their little spats, and then Flair was off TV for like 9 months.
But, like, the entire show should have been all the faces. Not even the faces. Everybody who was WCW, part of NWO, uniting at the back, stopping the limos, attacking the limos when they showed up. That would have made some really interesting TV, and it never happened.
That storyline wrote itself, and they completely ignored it.
Yeah.
Now they don't have, like, that through line that, these are the bad guys, but I still have a better concept of, like, who is good, who is bad, what's going on.
Well, you might have a better concept because there is no NWO now, save for... I mean, if you look, we talked about Scott Steiner earlier. the dude's still using Wolfpack music for reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a great point, Ty. Is like now that the NWO isn't this like this amorphous blob that just exists inside WCW. At least now we have it's old school, but we have this guy hates this guy, this guy hates this guy, this guy. It's a little bit easier to keep track of everybody without having to worry about how is this going to affect Hogan or how is this going to affect Nash and Hall and the NWO. I don't know. Like I just wish I had more backstory going into these matches. I just don't. I know who's fighting, but I don't know why they're fighting.
And another problem I think we're running into a lot tonight is who's supposed to be face and heel anymore.
Oh, it's all.
Granted,
I had a pretty good vibe on that. It didn't always make sense, but I pretty much knew who was who.
Yeah, by the end of a match, maybe. But who's going? Like, is this a heel turn? Is it always? We'll talk more about, especially certain aspects of that as we go down the card.
The first match, I had a big trouble. It was very hard for me to figure out who was supposed to be the good guys and who were the bad guys here. So, but maybe that's it. Maybe I mean the '90s were all about the anti-hero and like kind of the tweener gray area. So maybe it was on purpose. I doubt it, but maybe it was.
WCW just seems so like, not to steal from the NWO, black and white when it comes to faces and heels for the most part.
Yeah.
Save for like Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
After the opening package, we go to commentary. Their nameplates underneath them do a weird little shell game.
What the fuck was that? That felt like
that
felt like a 12-year-old who just discovered PowerPoint. It was like,
it's so fucking amateur. It's so amateur.
It's like the last pay-per-view with the animated horse that galloped across the screen and then went in front of the nameplates.
Yeah.
How?
During the greatest video segment we've ever seen.
Yeah,
You're fucking embarrassing yourself.
Gandalf the Brown next to Ray Ray.
They throw to Mean Gene at the top of the ramp for some nice, good old-fashioned hotline shilling.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen this in a while. Mean Gene, don't forget 1-900-909-9900. Phone number is now inactive.
Is tonight the one that's sponsored by 10-10-220?
They're all sponsored by 10-10-220.
Oh, are they?
For
I haven't paid
a long
attention.
time.
I haven't paid attention.
Well, wasn't David Arquette the 1-800-COLLECT guy? Or he might have been like...
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think they changed. Maybe they change going forward. But it's always some sort of collect call.
Yeah. Did you know all those, like, the 10-10-220 and the 10-10-321 or whatever? Remember that there's a whole slew of them? They were all by the same people. It was all one company who just had multiple lines.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
How foreign is it that you just don't have a cell phone?
I know, so weird.
Like, I'm in a bind. How do I contact someone?
Yeah. You need a calling card that's prepaid,
Yeah,
so you can make
I
a
had
long distance
prepaid
call.
calling cards.
Remember those things? I was weird. Thought I would have to if I was sitting down and watching this as like a prep, and my daughter walked in. I have to explain to her what that was. You didn't always used to just pick up your phone and call people. You had to actually call something if you didn't want to pay for it. You know, or they wanted them to they would be able to pay for it. Right. It's so weird.
It's all peculiar.
Yeah.
Now, there is breaking news tonight, not just in WCW, but throughout the wrestling world.
I like that plug. Yeah.
Back to you, Tony.
Yeah. They're smart though, because honestly, that's how you would get people at the time. Is like even if you're not just a WCW fan, although why would you order the pay-per-view? But maybe not the best idea to place that. But like if I was watching a Nitro and it said like there's major news breaking, not just in WCW, I'd be like, maybe.
Yeah.
I gotta ask my mom and dad, but I mean,
Maybe Austin's going to come to the WCW and fight Goldberg.
Wow.
That would be a bad match.
They would call him Stunning Steve Austin.
He has his hair back.
Yep.
That's a bad joke.
Mark, since you were probably our most knowledgeable person about this time, what could possibly be on the hotline right now?
Oh God, I don't even know. Like midnight. I mean, it wouldn't be Russo. I mean, that's like he wasn't even like upset at this point. SmackDown maybe. I think SmackDown was around here when it debuted.
Is Thunder moving to Wednesdays?
Oh God, Thunder.
Lightning Saturday Night Lightning.
That was my favorite joke that we made in the last episode, by the way, was Saturday Night Lightning. But
Is it a real show? I don't know.
I can't even think of anything that was like that big around this time, even in the E, other than that they were whooping WCW's ass. Nobody. No, because Jarrett's still about 5-6 months away. You know, so there's nobody who's really going to pop up over the next couple of weeks. Oh, no, but that's there's somebody who's going to show up that I really love, and I can't wait to talk about him. Like legit, I really like this guy, and we're going to have like basically him until the end of WCW, and I really enjoy him. So.
Rob Van Dam.
No.
Damn. Oh, maybe there is some ECW stuff going on. Maybe that's what the wrestling.
Maybe
is.
that's a good point. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. They could. That would definitely make some sense.
Paul Heyman's like applied for his 9th bankruptcy at this point. Under different names. How is that legal? How's that legal, man?
So we kick things off with our opening match of the evening. We've got match number 1 for the Tag Team Championship. Malenko and Benoit with Arn Anderson, one of the many times he shows up tonight, versus Raven and Saturn, versus your champions, Ray and Kidman.
And Arn is like, remember the early Nintendo games where like Mario showed up where he wasn't wanted? Like he was in tennis.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He was in Mario. He was in golf. He was like the main guy in golf.
He's the ref in Punch-Out.
In Punch-Out, right. Like, I feel like just Arn is just showing up everywhere, because why not? You know, he's like WCW's Mario.
He's got nothing better to do, and he's wonderful, so...
He is wonderful.
I don't mind seeing him.
No. He's going to start the Uncle Train. Oh, okay. So, before I forget, all the security had... it said like D&D security or something like that, right? Which is also kind of funny. But when I looked at it real quick, I thought it said Dad Security. I'm like, is that the Uncle Train? Oh my god!
Oh, awesome. Bachlenko got his friends to come out and run security.
Yeah.
Grab some lamb.
Yep.
And get your sweater. Get out of that sauna.
Guys, just keep it down. That's all I'm asking. Just keep it down. I see you're watching the Beavis and Boothead. That's cool. That's very neat. Keep it down.
When was the Father's Day one? When is Father's Day? It's in June?
June.
Yeah.
When is this?
May.
May. So this wasn't the Father's Day episode.
No, the next one is the one where you can give your dad a warm hug.
Awesome. Awesome. So this match, huh?
Yeah, I think this match is great.
I do too. I like this match a lot.
After some fast opening moves, Saturn just hoofs Kidman to the outside.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I mean, once again, the Raven. Anytime Raven's involved in a match, you know it's not going to be bad. You know he's going to at least have this go a logical A to B. I actually kind of enjoyed Chris Benoit a little bit in this match. He was, all of his moves were sick. They were really, really stiff. That was cool. Malenko still had his wet butt. You notice that right off the bat?
How could you avoid it?
Yeah.
It's like he pre-wets his butt.
Do you think he's just dumping water down the back of his... It's got to be it, right?
Yeah.
He's dumping water in the
It
back.
has to be.
Right.
No man's crack is that sweaty.
He forgot his muffler, so it's nothing but wet wipes.
But muffler, baby.
I mean, look, I'm a big dude. I sweat, and I play sports, play basketball, play softball, stuff like this. I've never sweat like that my entire life.
No.
So either he has some glandular issue, or there's something else, or he is pouring water upon
It
himself.
could be just a water dump. That would make a water dump.
Ugh.
Just fills his trunks with water, just dumps the water right in there. It's like, I like it when it sloshes around. Actually, no, that's enjoyment. He would never take that. Yeah.
I find it mildly acceptable.
This gives me a rash. That's how I know I'm right with God. This is my God rash. It's an effective way to remember He's always with me.
Scott Steiner always asks to see my God rash. I tell him, no, Scott, only 3 times a night. That's your limit, okay?
There's a great moment when Benoit just blows his nose on Raven.
That was gross. I hated that. I have a problem whenever I see anybody, do that, because you see that in wrestling sometimes.
It's disgusting.
It's gross all the time. No.
But it actually shows some character for him. It's like...
It did. I guess so. A snot-based character of Chris Benoit. Sure, why not?
That's fine. These are the things I love.
Yeah.
Snot and headbutts.
Snot and headbutts.
Now that's a shirt.
Snot and headbutts.
Snot and headbutts.
Nope. This joke ends. Snot and headbutts. Those are the only things he loves.
I find some Booger Man using to put underneath this.
Oh, Booger Man. Wow.
I
That's
refuse
an
to play
old
that game.
reference.
It grosses me out.
Yep. Does Earthworm Jim gross you out?
A little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a good game.
Yeah.
A great moment when Malenko just grabs Ray and slides him out of the ring face first. Ray and Kidman do almost nothing in this match. They bring up a few pins, but they are just fodder for these other 4 men.
They are there to take some bumps. They are the revival of tonight's activities. They are just there to get beat.
We go hard. All day, all night. Something, that ain't right. I don't know if that part is right either.
I hope so.
The revival.
We're just made of new theme songs tonight.
Yes, we are. It's going to be on our CD, which is available on idiotswithmics.com.
Yeah.
iTunes, SoundCloud.
Yep.
Make a
Idiots
description.
sing the hits. Coming this summer.
Come as you are. As my dean.
We'll sing it as Malenko.
Yeah.
And I swear that I don't have a gun. No, I'm just kidding. I have a gun. I have a gun. It's in my bedroom. Protects my family from the heathens. The purge is real.
The purge is real. Oh,
My God, Rash told me so.
I love it when I know right away what I'm going to do for the poster.
Yeah, we make it easy anytime.
Malenko purge.
Malenko purge.
Oh,
Quick.
Malenko sings the hits. Oh, I'm all about that life.
Oh God, man! If you give us if you're listening,
That is a Patreon.
You give us $50 on Patreon, and Greg will record.
I'll record 12 songs.
12 songs. You're choosing
Complete songs as Dean Malenko.
That is so worth it, guys.
That is worth it.
There's also the bonus track that is Loveful,
Right,
obviously.
Right. Which isn't even loveful.
There was like a quick side note about music. There was a great Twitter interaction. Some dude was like, "Man, I fucking hate WWE's music. They're always using CFOs or CFO $, whatever, for all their music, and they don't use the real songs like WCW and Eric Bischoff used to use." And the one reply was just Eric Bischoff going, "What are you smoking?"
Yeah, right?
Oh, that was a good one. I like
Yeah.
when Bischoff just doesn't give a fuck.
He's getting there, though. A lot of his Twitter account, if you can get through all of his politics, a lot of his tweets are just really angry at people who think they knew what they were talking about with WCW. Somebody asked, why did you pay Hulk Hogan, I forgot what it was, whatever. It was outrageous, though. It was $20 million a year. He's like, if I was fucking up that bad, he's like, I would have paid myself $20 million a year. It's like, what are you talking about, $20 million?
About halfway through this match, the rules just go out the window for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just jumps in.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. There's the moment where,
I had a lid on that.
where Malenko and Benoit are just teaming up, and Malenko refuses to leave the ring. You're the fucking ref. You can enforce things, man.
Yeah. I don't like this ref. I like when we used to have refs that we knew, and we look forward to seeing.
Yeah.
This is just new, young, black-haired ref. There's nothing fun about him. He's just there.
He's got earrings.
Does he?
He just paid for those. He gets fired later.
Spoilers.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
We do not see him very long. It's all over the place for a bit. Bit of a flustercluck.
I enjoyed this match. I thought it was way too long.
Yeah, it was long. But there was this. I remember spots from this match. I can't say that about some of the other matches we're gonna see. But that one where I think Raven hurls Ray into the corner and he hits it chest first and it looks fucking devastating.
Yeah. I like that there was action that wasn't on camera.
Yeah.
Which sounds stupid, but this had a real commotion to it.
Right. It gave you the idea that there's almost a brawl, a riot going on between these teams, and that added a lot to it. It was a fun match. I liked it.
So many times when there's a 6-man tag match, the 2 dudes are in the ring or the 3 dudes are in the ring, and the other ones are just taking a rest.
Yeah, right.
And that's not what this was. When you weren't fighting, you were fighting still.
And even the ending had more of a kind of a chaotic feel to it. It was almost like you had at first glance fans coming in from out of the crowd to attack the wrestlers.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, my mom called me.
No.
Busy, Mom. I'm doing my podcast.
Talking about Kidman. God.
Oh my God, leave me alone.
Jeez.
Don't forget chocolate milk while you're out.
And tendies. I need tendies.
Yeah, I need those. I need those for lunch tomorrow.
You guys and your fucking normie memes.
Huh?
Which eat some Tide Pods. Weirdos.
Alright, so what is that Tide Pod thing? So people are just eating them?
Right.
Because they're candy?
Because they look kind of appetizing. Because they're all bright and colorful and shiny like fruit.
You know what else does that? Starburst. That also looks bright and shiny and kind of like fruit.
Yeah,
Eat that.
you can eat. There's an entire store dedicated to things you can eat.
Mm-hmm.
Don't eat the Tide Pods.
Hot take coming from Greg, don't eat Tide Pods.
Right.
Hot take. There's an entire store of things you can eat.
It's called PetSmart. They're delicious there. Iguanas and
It comes
shit.
in giant bags.
Giant tarantulas.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
Hot take from Tide, don't eat a tarantula.
Or do.
Yeah.
Hot take from Greg and Mark.
Right.
Why not?
If
Tarantula
you're gonna-
challenge, here we go.
Maybe give it a
Tarantula
go.
challenge. I love it. Let's all eat tarantulas now.
Nope. You do it,
Yeah.
and send us a video, and then we'll just pretend we did it.
Don't send us a video. I don't want to watch
I don't
that.
want to see that either.
No, we don't condone tarantula murder.
Yes, we do. I don't give a shit about tarantulas.
What? They're nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice tarantulas.
Yes,
out
there are. Tarantulas are fuzzy and they're cool looking. Are you kidding me? Would you rather have a tarantula or a fucking like hamster?
I'd rather eat a Tide
Hamster.
Pod.
Oh God, you are
All day.
Oh no.
Yeah, hands down hamster.
But a hamster's not a conversation starter.
Neither is a tarantula.
If I had a tarantula running around on my table right now, you would ask, "What the fuck's that tarantula doing out?" If I had a hamster out here,
you had a
you'd be like,
hamster
"Your
running
hamster's
around-
loose."
No.
That's all you would say.
No, you would say, why is that hamster out?
If you had a tarantula just on the table,
Right.
I'd be fucking
Yes,
killing it.
no, we would take our shoes and we would smash it to death.
And I'm like, "You just killed Larry."
Well, Larry needs to stay where he belongs.
Larry is a giant fucking spider, Mark.
Larry's named after Larry Zabisco. He's a living legend.
Not anymore. We killed him.
Are you one of those dickheads who would like have an iguana and like put it on his neck as he's in the fucking
You would
bank?
be that
Number
guy.
one, it was a fucking snake, okay? And he also had a name. He was Mike Snay.
Hey, guy who brings your animal places, leave him the fuck home.
Yeah.
No one cares about your fucking iguana on
No
your
one
shoulder.
wants to see it. You fucking starved
trying
for
to-
attention ass
I'm trying to make a
motherfucker.
goddamn deposit. I don't need you to be like, oh yeah, he's totally exotic.
Yeah.
Do you think somebody who would do that would go to a woman and try to like pitch it? Like would that be like a try to in their mind like a
Yeah,
pickup
and
line?
the truly sad thing is it probably works.
No.
Yes.
No woman would ever be like down
Yes,
with that.
no, women would be down with that. It's a weird conversation. Women, yeah, women like weirdos.
I don't-
like true story. Women like weirdos.
That's
If
such a
you're-
neck. No. That's
if
like a
you're
neckbeard thing though.
brave-
Women hate.
No,
like,
it's not a
that's like-
neckbeard thing.
that's like
Neckbeards
saying-
are a neckbeard thing.
That's like saying if I-
Neckbeards can't talk to a woman. A dude
Yes, they
who
can.
has an iguana at the time is like, yo, I got this iguana on my...
The whole point of
That's
neckbeards
exactly
is
the
they're talking
kind
to a
of-
woman
no.
horribly and
That-
awkwardly.
that
That's
is
the
ex-
whole idea.
no,
And that's what
because
a fucking snake on your neck acts like.
No,
You're
a snake.
awkward.
A snake says I'm weird and outgoing, and I don't care. I don't care who cares. And chicks dig the shit out of that. Man, it's a weird confidence
All
thing.
right, let me ask you a
Girls
question.
like confidence.
Would that same person go to a Renaissance fair? That strikes me as somebody who would also do
Oh.
something very similar.
I don't
Like
know.
wearing armor. Not armor.
I think you're getting too tight.
Renaissance fair weirdos get chicks too.
That's what I'm saying, because I know that. I actually know
Also-
somebody, and he was telling me he had like girls all the time. And I asked him, like, what are you doing? Where are you going? He's like, Renaissance fair. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Renaissance fair? You picking up on the Queen and the Jester?
Seriously.
But he was!
Because that's all. It's a confidence thing. If you show up to a Renaissance fair with chain-linked armor,
That's exactly what
being like, I doth proclaim my wiener for you,
That's different.
you're
though.
gonna get chicks.
If you just show up at a bank in a Renaissance fair outfit,
Yeah.
that's a
like,
weird
what's up,
full
like-
circle thing.
I think it depends on what outfit you were wearing. Are you the king? Or are you the jester? Or are you like the horseshit manure shoveler dude?
well, I don't think the poop guy. I don't think the poop smith gets a ton of
He
ladies.
probably doesn't have a lot of like confidence. I'm guessing that's why he's shoveling poop.
Whoa, that was a really shitty attempt,
Come on,
Cash.
Cash, doing it better. Hold on. Go get it. That was the lazy. Look at that.
Yeah,
Man, Cash is lazy right now.
he's effective.
Yeah.
He's conserving energy.
So there's so
It's
much
been a great podcast.
There's so much action in this match. WCW has no idea what the fuck to do with it. There's stuff going on around like every corner. Everybody's fighting everybody, and they're just like, just keep a nice tight shot of
Yeah.
Dean Malenko in the middle of the ring.
So, over the course of this podcast, the dog has brought every one of his toys over and dumped them right here.
Yep.
There's 4 of them right here. Sorry.
Yeah, a sliding little fox there too.
Yeah.
Where's his duck?
Anything else for the finish?
Oh, right
No.
there. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Finish comes when the ref decides to yell at the crowd for a little bit. He just kind of turns around. He's just like, guys, stop.
Yeah.
Arn jumps in, gives a spine buster to Saturn. And then a guy in a Sting mask shows
I
up.
thought it was a mime when I first saw it.
He creates a little diversion, which allows Raven to hit an even flow on Kidman for the 3 at 17:28.
Wow.
Wow, I thought this was like a 25-minute match. No joke. Maybe even longer.
Dude, 17 minutes though, that's still pretty long for
Yeah.
even an opener.
It
It's pretty
felt
long.
way longer.
Yeah.
I checked out like 4 times while watching this.
I enjoyed this one, but it just, I like the ending to this. I liked the person coming in, not sure what's going on, not even sure what side he's on. I kind of like that too. You don't know who this person is and what they're
Whose
looking for.
side is he
Yeah.
on?
Will you stop?
Nope. So it's Canyon.
Yay!
Yeah, Canyon.
I got a question. Who better?
I love he's even got like the DDP shirt on and everything.
That was awesome.
We're getting glimpses.
Yeah.
Glimpses.
That's next month.
Yeah, it is. Right? You're
I
right.
don't know why he wore the Sting mask though.
Right. What was the point? Why didn't this Canyon run down and just interfere?
Right.
No matter what, especially as once we finish this podcast and move on to our TNA Goddammit podcast, sting masks are going to be everywhere. Everybody wears a goddamn sting mask.
Yeah.
It's probably just because they had the rights to it. Why couldn't they just wear more Cyclope masks?
I like...
Oh my god! It's another Cyclope!
We got like 6 fucking blitzkriegs out here. What is happening?
He didn't injure anybody, so it's not Blitzkrieg.
Definitely not Blitzkrieg. He was competent. He came out and walked his way there and then did a thing. It was not Blitzkrieg.
I like, though, the ending to this match, because I felt like this was a surprising, logical moment for them, because you have Canyon interfere, and then you have Raven go for the pin, right? But at the same time, there's submission going on, and...
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention
right, like, Malenko has Saturn in the cloverleaf, and the ref counts to 3 instead of listening for the submission, but then Bobby or somebody on commentary is like, oh, I thought I heard him submit, You know what? Now on Nitro, there's your match. Now you have a rematch.
Technically, maybe. Or technically you wouldn't. Because if Raven is getting the pin, then that means Saturn can't be the legal man to tap out.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. But, like, it's at least you have some sort of things where you could...
The rules...
Too much logic. Way too much logic.
Yeah.
But at least now you have something that you can build to, whether it be tomorrow, whether it be to the next pay-per-view. There's some debate about who won. There you go. Keep the feud going. Makes sense to me. And then also move Kidman and Ray out of here because they didn't need to be in here anyway.
No,
So.
and I'm so over Kidman.
We talked about the last episode.
Did we?
Yeah, we're just done with Kidman. He's
Yeah.
just...
I'm done with Kidman.
We need
I'm done
some
with
personality,
Ray. Ray
please.
sucks.
Or pair with Tori. I mean, at least
Sure.
we can look at Tori.
So you know what this is the start of, Greg, in the next few months?
Oh, I can't even possibly imagine.
The Jersey Triad.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't. I know that. That's exciting, I guess.
Yeah.
That's fun.
The Jersey Triad is fun until they get on the mic.
Are they good guys or bad guys?
They're bad guys.
Good.
They're from Jersey.
They're
Yeah.
from... Whoa. Bro. Yeah, alright, that makes sense.
You're always a heel in my life, Greg.
That's not inaccurate.
So we go from there to a DDP fart rock video.
Every time I see this, I think of Willy Willy Wah, Willy Wah.
They do this throughout the night.
Some of them, they get so good by the end.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's not a package or video of anything. It's just, here's a little DDP music video that we put
It's
together.
like an individual hype video in the middle of... It's like almost like a music video, a 30-second music video in the middle of your pay-per-view.
And they all...
About one guy.
They all look like they were made by themselves.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
DDP made his own video package.
Yeah. Fired up the Windows 95.
And
No,
Win-
98 at this point.
Yeah, the Scott Hall
Ooh.
package is
Yeah.
the greatest package I've ever seen in my entire life.
Mm.
The end. The last one. The last one is the best hype video I've ever seen.
So it's just filling 45 seconds of show with which should be like a Titantron video. Speaking of filling time, match number 2, Conan versus Stevie Ray with Horace Hogan and Vincent. How does this make pay-per-view?
I'm
Right.
kind of checked out on this one, I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, the minute I saw Stevie Ray come out, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then right behind him is Fuck Money Breadsticks and Brother Cousin. And the entire time, I hate it. I hate seeing the three of them. I hate it. I hate it.
Sue
I
him.
hate that Stevie Ray wears those pants that make it look like an optical illusion fuckery. He's got the straight lines through it, and it shows up weird on the screen.
It looks awful.
I hate it.
You can see it going on right behind us.
Yeah.
It's
This is a miserable match.
And Conan tries to save it, but you know what? That crowd pop that he usually gets is dying.
he comes out, grabs the mic, fires off 30 catchphrases.
Yeah.
Ole, viva la raza! Have you seen my dog? Mm-hmm. Where's the soup?
What? Was he talking about tossed salads?
Yeah,
he does.
He's like, you're a strawberry, and
You're gonna peel
So
my
wrote it
potatoes.
down.
Yeah.
And toss the salad.
the crowd's gonna pick a salad dressing.
So, but
Because
wait.
you're gonna bow down, he says to Penzer. You're gonna toss my salad, he says to the ref, and you're gonna peel my potatoes, he says to Stevie Ray.
So, Penzer's blowing him. The ref is giving him a rim job?
Yes.
Right.
And what's peel my potatoes?
It's, I guess, fondling the balls.
Well, he needs 3 people.
Or mouthing
to
the
do
balls,
this.
I'm not
I
sure,
feel like in order for this to work, Conan has to be like doing a handstand.
Well, hold up. I'm just trying to...
Like, it's hard to get 3 people around you doing all those things
Well,
in
he
such
could
a
be-
tight space.
He could be braced
it's like
on
this
Stevie
big.
Ray. Yeah. He could be braced on Stevie Ray. I'm doing a handstand.
What was Stevie Ray doing? Was he the strawberry?
He was the peeling the potatoes.
He was peeling potatoes. So he's got to be up top.
No, he's got to be down low. He's got to be underneath.
So he's not doing a handstand.
He can be anywhere.
Oh, I
He's
guess he
got
could.
long
Yeah, I
arms.
guess he could. Yeah, right.
He can just like reach around Pender to get the
I don't even know what
to get
peeling
the
potatoes
balls.
are.
That's definitely
We
doing
thought it
something
was
with balls.
fondling the balls,
Or at least mouthing the balls.
If he's
Yes.
mouthing the balls, that's crowded.
Yeah.
maybe
But
he's
peeling
sucking the skin off. With
Why would you want that?
what?
We've already established that there's weird people. As long as you're
it's
confident,
like, it's like a
apparently.
blowy so good. It's like pulling your skin off. No, that can't be a phrase we're okay with.
Why don't you try that the next time? Why don't you give me a blowjob so good it feels like my skin's falling off?
Put this mint in your mouth.
Oh, baby, it's like an acid. It's great.
Here's a packet of Pop Rocks. Go to town.
I bet that's pretty good.
I was at a party once.
Did you use
Oh
some...
wait,
Hold on, I was at a party
we need
once
to hear what this is.
where I was talking to a chick, and she just out of the blue says, "We're just in normal conversation. We weren't really even going into anything sexual, but like she was kind of into it, and I was into it too." And she goes, "I give blowjobs with Pop Rocks in my mouth." That's out of the blue. And I'm, but the first thing I thought of was what flavor. That's the only thing I could think of. And I did not get a blowjob that night with Pop Rocks. I was really disappointed.
Why would you bring that up then?
It was real rocks and it sucked.
It was alright with the real rocks.
I'm into real rocks too.
Yeah.
Did you peel your potatoes?
And tossed salad.
Just a lot of teeth.
Ty and I were having this
Conan
conversation.
in a wig.
So, and multiple times this evening, it happens in this match. The Stevie Ray does it. Kevin Nash does it later, and Conan is alluding to it. I don't understand how it is okay to get like sexual things or to tell other people to do sexual things to you when it's another dude. Like, I don't care that you're doing that. Like, if you're gay, that's fine. Like, you can. I accept that this is a thing people can desire. But like, they are doing it like an insult. Like, you suck my dick. But dude, if that happens, you're getting your dick sucked by a dude, and you definitely don't want that. Like,
Is it like prison, where it's like one of those things where you're establishing dominance? It's not about sexual.
sure,
that's what
no,
I
it
said, it could
definitely
be dominance,
is. But
right?
I still don't understand how that works as an insult.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. It's like, you know, the DX comes out last night and tells everyone to suck it. It's like, there's a lot of dudes there,
Yeah.
man. You're telling our big room full of dudes to suck your dick.
You're telling that Brock Lesnar douchebag to suck your
Right.
dick. You know.
But like,
it's
but
dominance. It's just dominance and emasculation.
But these are like the exact same people that if Kevin Nash, like, I can see Kevin Nash being like, oh no, I definitely don't endorse dick sucking, like, dude, just sucking my dick. Don't, I'm not gay. Don't, everyone, who called me gay? I'll find them. It's like, oh, cause you told like a lot of dudes to suck your dick. So we just assumed.
Yeah, that's like the opposite of what Scott Steiner does.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Suck his dick.
Do it.
Sorry.
No, suck mine.
bro.
Gay.
Get over here, Penzer.
Oh, you're falling, bud.
So after Conan does his catchphrase of Palooza, this match happens, and oh boy.
Yeah. What else can you say?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
At one point, Conan is laid out. Stevie goes to the top to do his infamous top rope axe handle to a prone opponent.
Oh God.
Conan pops his boot up to do
God.
the catch, like to catch him on the way down.
Holy shit.
Stevie misses it completely.
By like a foot.
It's not even like this. It's not even Stevie Ray just not selling it. He shit sells it.
Yeah.
He acts like it connected, and it's even worse. Just pretend it didn't hit you at that point.
Yeah, throw his leg down.
Yeah, right.
Elbow drop.
Oh, you missed me, haha, dick. Like no, but he sells it anyway.
Can I ask you a real world question here?
Go ahead.
How do they not care? Like, look, we're regular people. Nothing is on the line of the success of WCW. Like, whether WCW succeeds or fails, it means nothing to us. We see this and we're like, and it's so blatantly awful. Stevie Ray is blatantly awful. Blitzkrieg was blatantly awful. How does he still have a job? Like, real talk, how do these people still have jobs? And you can't just say to me they didn't care, because that seems impossible to me.
I do find it kind of funny. If you guys are watching this right now, as you say, how does he still have a job? Brian Knobs is on the screen.
Well,
He told me to give up podcasting, so fuck you.
I'm about to say,
Brian
yeah,
Knobs.
Brian Knobs, the man who told us that we were wasting our time doing this, is now on the screen. That's great. We get to talk about him.
Yeah.
here's the thing, Greg, and I've always believed this with WCW. It's people who are running a company with other people's money. When you have your own cash and you're working on something, it's completely different from when you're using somebody else's money. But here's the thing: when Kevin Nash is booking, okay, his success, he's still getting paid, right? He's still going to get a paycheck up until his contract runs out.
Right, but book someone else. Like, Stevie Ray sucks. Put him on Lightning. We don't need to see him.
Right, but it doesn't affect his paycheck. It doesn't
Lex
affect
Luger wasn't on this thing. Somebody said, "Oh, we don't need Luger. He's terrible."
He might be hurt.
Yeah, I think he's still injured for a little bit.
He was injured last time, I thought.
He's injured constantly.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Giant muscle.
I just don't. I don't understand
Cut
it.
that raccoon track.
Yeah.
I don't get it either, dude.
It is stupid, but at the same time, I really do think it comes down to the fact that the apathy is because you're constantly getting paid. I understand that, though. I do. Like, if somebody's giving me all this money, and it doesn't matter what I put out, I'm still getting paid all this money for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, but that is,
I'm sorry.
That
it's
explains
tough.
to me why
it's tough to be
Stevie Ray
motivated.
sucks. It doesn't explain to me why they still have him on the payroll. You fucking fire him. Or put him on Thunder.
But why would I care? Why would I care? If I'm booking it, why would I care? I'm still getting paid, Greg.
Because your ratings are going down.
I'm still getting paid, Greg.
Not for long.
All I'm saying, no, I agree with you. I agree. There should be a level of pride, But
like when I go to work, I'm not. I buy a lot of products for work. Both as like we buy a lot of used products, we buy a lot of video games. I do a lot of orders. I order all the comic books. I order all the video games. I order a lot of the Magic. Okay. But I see the success of my company being relevant to me. We are doing well. I got a raise. When we weren't doing as well, I got a significantly less raise. So, like, the company doing well, me spending less money, helps my well-being. Well, if I'm Kevin Nash and the ratings are plummeting, and you still keep putting Stevie Ray out there, you have to understand that your paychecks are going to stop.
Well, okay, I'm going to put you on a little bit of... I'm going to do, like, 2 flips on
You're going to give away 7,000 tickets.
I know. Think about it this way. A, yes, you personally see bonuses and stuff when your company does better. Think about, not to disparage anybody in the food industry, think about like a cook flipping burgers at like a fast food restaurant. No matter how shit his burger is, he can go out of his way to make the greatest burger ever. But that's not what's on the menu. Like, and look.
I guess, but like Applebee's are dying.
Millennials
are killing it.
No matter what,
and engagements I'm
going to make my $8 an hour. It's going to be set no matter what, no matter how bad these burgers are. It doesn't matter if they look like the ad. Bun, beef, cheese, go.
Yeah.
Second, Matt Nash might know he's on a sinking ship right now. So what you do is, you take someone like Booker T, or not Booker T, I'm sorry, but take someone like Stevie Ray, put him on the show, and then when it's your turn, you shine like a fucking diamond. Because, oh man, remember how terrible that fucking Stevie Ray match was? But hey, at least we got to see Nash.
Hey,
that's a good point.
That is the first thing you told me that makes any sense.
That's a good point. And also,
it's right up Nash's character.
Yeah. When you get to that point too, I do feel like Nash, though, like any professional, probably what you just said, has some professional integrity in terms of what he was doing. But if nobody above you at your level, like say your boss, you were talking about exactly, you're doing everything you can, you notice somebody, say that doesn't happen, the money keeps coming because your boss is like a billionaire. And you just keep pouring money, and you keep taking the money, and nobody above you is holding you accountable. Right? Which is exactly what happened with WCW. Up until Russo comes in, where they decide they need a change. So somebody at that point does it. But up until this point, this has been... How long's Nash been the booker? A couple months?
Yeah.
Right? And nobody's really telling him, like, oh, this is a bad job, this is a good job. He's still putting out the same stuff. So when nobody above you is holding you accountable, I feel like there's no motivation to test the limits and try something different and keep people off if they're not doing well. Because, once again, the money's still the same, and nobody's telling you, don't do it. It's a late. You're right. It's a weird situation and a weird dynamic in WCW. But
I just like when we have a shit employee, we fire him, and then we buy another shit employee. Like this is how it works. I don't see how you see Stevie Ray and say yes, this is something I want my product. Like you can have anybody. Like there's people we didn't see tonight, right?
Yeah, like
where's the other nasty boy?
Oh, he's not even here. He never comes back to WCW.
Nope, he's out.
Yeah.
We're doing solo nasty. One nasty boy now.
Right.
Dropping the Z.
I think Knobs was a little better friends with a certain brother, so you know.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a weird cop show. I wouldn't watch that. Not renewed for season 2.
Maybe there was nothing better. Maybe they legitimately... like, I'm trying to think of somebody who wasn't on this show, and I can't.
Yeah.
So maybe they really were just scraping the bottom of the barrel. Maybe the talent pool is so small right now that they have to put Stevie Ray out there.
I mean, here's the thing. I could put Mikey Whipwreck in there, and it would be a better match.
Yeah.
It just is. I mean, but like...
Or don't have 6-man tags.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, right. Save Benoit for one of those.
Right, like Benoit fights Raven, Malenko fights...
a broom.
The other one.
Knobs.
Saturn. There you go. That's 2 matches. Don't put Stevie Ray. Fire him.
Just literally anybody except these 3 people in this match. So the end of this match is abysmal, and everybody involved should be ashamed.
Absolutely, including the ref. Including the ref. Yep.
Ray jumps in. He makes our first interference of the evening. Mm-hmm. Well, yes, not including R. Anderson.
That's
our second interference of the evening.
2 for 2.
Our first run-in of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Just for reference, I have no problem with run-ins or interference.
I do when it happens every goddamn match.
You're gonna love the Russo era.
It just doesn't bother me. These matches, I don't... How do I put this? I care so little about wrestling that whether someone wins or loses or interferes in DQs, it means nothing to me. I don't care.
So you have Horace and Vincent jumping in to try to help out Stevie. And down comes Ray, trying to help out his buddy. Ray just sloppily takes out the 2 guys on the outside.
God, plus too, like when Vincent and Horace grabbed him, it was like a weird, like they pinned him down. It was like an episode. It was like the movie Shawshank Redemption, and they were in the laundry room. It was just weird, very weirdly designed.
They attempt to grab his overalls. They're supposed to do like a pullback thing,
right?
But they miss it, so they have to do it all over. They try it like 3 fucking times.
I wish I could tell you that Ray fought the sisters off. It's like Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah,
that was a good Morgan Freeman.
It wasn't bad.
Thank you.
Oh,
not as good as Dauber.
No.
And then they just kind of hit each other. Ray climbs up, takes them out, and then he runs around to where Stevie Ray is trying to take out Conan, and he's just got him in this like he's got him in like the prone kind of power bomb pile driver position. They're not up or anything. He's just kind of there. He's like, waiting on Ray. There's Ray. Hey Ray, don't you attack me. Don't you do that. So he lets Conan go. He's like, hey, I'm yelling at you. Ray's like, oh, I'm yelling back. Ray jumps up to the apron, jumps off the top rope, does like the Hurricane Rana type thing, but Stevie catches him, and then Conan lazily rolls him up in the most gentle fashion.
A miserable pin.
Yeah, this was... I don't know who the agent was for this one, but Jesus.
The entire time the ref is just yelling at the 2 unconscious dudes outside the ring.
And actually, I think I felt more angry at the ref than either 2 guys. Because, like, as a ref, you have to at least... He just watched Ray run into the ring and then turned away.
Yeah.
That drove me insane. That was really, really bad.
And then after Ray, like, with Conan's slightly bringing Stevie down, like, gently teabags Stevie, and then off like a rocket, pew, right by the ref.
Right the ref again.
Yeah. I don't know if it was this match or another one, but he even looks like he says, oh, hey, check that out. Like, I was in the ring.
Yeah.
Go look at that thing.
Look what I did, or didn't do. Crap. Absolute crap.
6 minutes and 10 seconds of... It felt like 60.
One of the absolute, like, worst matches I think we've seen on WCWTF podcast. It was just so bungled from start to finish.
I barely remember this match.
It was bad. It was. Yeah. I'm glad you don't, bro. It was bad.
We go from there to a video of Kevin Nash.
1 of 7.
Yep.
It's just 100 videos of Kevin Nash.
It reminds me when you were playing. You guys ever play Extreme Warfare Revenge? It was like it was a wrestling simulator game, and they always had an option when you could do like a segment, and it was always hype video single person. You could hype a feud or you could hype a single person.
Maybe Total Extreme Wrestling?
What's that?
Total Extreme Wrestling?
That might have been it, yeah.
The TEW?
Right. And it's all, I just remember like constantly putting them in there when I first played that game thinking that was going to work. And it was just like 0% rating, 0% rating, 0% rating. So maybe somebody was ahead of their time.
They're gonna love me.
And then it would always say this message was like, you've used Kevin Nash too many times in the show. I'm like, that's a lie.
We know who isn't booking this video game.
God, imagine if you had that game. How many Jeff
Oh
Jarrett?
my god, it'd just be Jeff Jarrett segment after Jeff Jarrett segment.
Welcome to Monday Night Jarrett.
Hey, if you're not asking, what's Jeff Jarrett doing?
Yeah.
Then you're not paying attention.
Who would you have Jeff Jarrett wrestle? With anybody?
In the world? Kurt Angle. All the time. Just on repeat.
You know, is there... We gotta find out a Jeff... I mean, I want to see when Jagger comes back if he ever wrestles Dean Malenko. Because I feel like you'd enjoy that.
I don't think you get me at all. Did Jeff Jarrett ever wrestle Kurt Angle?
Yeah, in TNA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. That sucks.
Hey, we'll get there. We'll get there.
TNA, god damn it.
I love that.
We can't say that. That can't be like the actual name. We have to think of a
No,
different
it's
name.
no. It's just a fun joke for right now.
Yeah.
No, it's the name. I already registered it.
Oh, good.
We go from that Nash video to Rick Steiner on internet. And he's mad because Stevie Ray hit Rick, and now he blames Booker T for it.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray hit Rick, and now you blame Booker T for it. That kind of makes sense. In the wrestling world, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Here's my problem though. I think if Stevie Ray ever gets the upper hand on you, that's your fault.
yeah.
He's so stealthy. I mean, how could you even see him? God, he's like so small, and he doesn't wear bright pants that make you want to die because you're looking at them.
He reminds, like, if you were playing a video game as Stevie Ray and it was like a Metal Gear game, the first laser he'd just fall into it, just right off the bat, and the game would end.
Camera.
Also, okay, so the internet. I was thinking about this. All the internet, you know, the WCW wrestlers on internet. Out of the current roster, is Rick Steiner legitimately the person who probably would understand the internet the least?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, his way of communicating is to wander around yelling a name.
It's true. He does it later.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have some fun observations about that.
Yep. So I was just thinking, like, out of everybody there,
I don't know,
he probably
like-
understands it the least amount. He has no idea what it is.
Wasn't there a time, and sometimes our world and the real world blend together, wasn't there a time where he was just typing woof?
No, that was a joke.
Oh.
That was a joke.
Oh, okay. That didn't happen. Apparently, that was fake. Are we sure? Was he barking at the guy?
How would we know that he was typing woof? When have we ever seen what they're typing?
They made a joke at one point when the Steiners were they were together and doing an on-internet segment where they were joking that they were actually just playing computer games instead of doing their due diligence of answering questions.
Well, he was making vrooming noises.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, yes, that he was doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's the thing I remember.
We definitely made a joke about him just typing woof over and over again.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right.
Those early on-internet segments were so wonderful.
They were great. Oh my
That's so
god.
wonderful. Last time we had a great one.
Yep.
Oh, it wasn't an on-internet one. That was just an interview Ray one, right?
That one was still great though. That one,
No,
oh
that
my god.
that was the internet.
But that was the
position.
internet. Yeah, they were the
Yeah.
internet position. You assume they were.
Got
They,
it.
they were on
Something
CompuServe.
Yep.
Okay.
We go from there to just a video of Sting.
Yeah, warehouses.
Sting video.
That's like the classic Sting video too. That's like him in the warehouse, creepy, like weird art, like windows, the music, the violins. That's like perfect Sting. I was okay with that one.
That's
that was
fine.
kind of cool.
We go from there to still not the next match, not yet. Backstage where DDP just has hushed whispers with Bam Bam Bigelow.
How else
Oh.
do you talk to Bam Bam Bigelow? I just whisper in his ear.
I really like the way DDP wears the belt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kind
that
of
is
was
cool.
behind him,
Yeah.
and I've never seen anybody do that.
Yeah.
Somebody spins it around, but I don't remember who.
Like over their head, like that.
No,
that was Seth Rollins, and
yeah,
that was
is it?
my favorite moment in like current wrestling.
It's someone I love.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean?
Because was it Jericho where he would wear it backwards and then
Oh, and then spin it over.
and then turn
Oh,
around
okay.
and
No, I
spin
don't
it.
remember who did that. That's cool though. I like that.
Somebody does it. It might have been Jericho. Regardless, it's not important. Either way, I like the way DDP wears the belt.
Yeah, we get this is the genesis of the triad. This is where you have DDP making amends with Bam Bam Bigelow, just setting the stage.
Wait, were they fighting?
Well, Bam Bam was like being a dick beforehand. Remember, Bam Bam was just always coming out. He was just always interfering with everybody. He didn't really choose a side. This is probably him just saying, "Hey," DDP's like, "Hey, buddy, you watch my back, I'll watch yours." That's the vibe I got out of this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
We are now friends.
I'm down with it.
It makes perfect sense in wrestling.
I wish it was that easy.
Right.
I have trouble making friends.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
Yeah, I mean, for a while I was trying to just hide in the back of their cars, and then, when they would start driving, I would pop up and be like, "Hey, where are you going?"
Yeah, really
What
excited.
are we doing?
Yeah.
Hey, I can't wait for this adventure.
We going to Dave and Buster's?
Yeah. The problem was, though, a lot of times, we're in the Northeast, so it's cold, so Greg put on a ski mask when he did that.
Right.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's freezing in an un-on car.
Right.
It's on.
On car.
The English language is weird. I don't know why we don't have words that can be used.
What can how can I possibly describe this thing that is not on? In 4 letters or less.
This car is active.
It's like on.
This car is
but
on.
not. It's like an
Cash is checking up on you. Make sure you're all right.
I'm alright, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh boy. I'm sorry. I couldn't think of the word off.
You went like 1984 on us. It's on-off.
That's a double plus on.
Yeah,
on.
double plus. that means the car doesn't exist if it's double plus on-off.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm
I'm gonna use that in everyday life now.
It was a fine bit.
Knock it on.
Oh, that's a shirt too.
Sorry. All right.
On.
Only 2 designations in life. Either on or on.
You're on?
Yeah.
Well, you're on.
I got on. Oh my god.
What about you, buddy? Are you on? Yeah.
So after 4 backstage segments and vignettes, we finally get to match number 3. The waiting is definitely worth it. A hardcore Falls Count Anywhere match.
Wow.
Brian Knobbs, the Nasty Boy, taking on Triple B.
It's been a while.
Yeah, right?
Nasty boys. We're the I'm the nasty boy.
Unclean boys.
I missed the nasty boys.
Yeah.
I no longer miss any nasty boy.
Wasn't the first episode, did we have like that weird brawl by the yeah. I'm gonna say the beach and everything like that, and like the diving board and everything like that.
He's
Yeah.
going to the shop. Yeah, that was the first episode.
Oh my god.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
I like the nasty boys.
You did.
They did. This match was not good.
No music for either of these guys to start off with, which I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Bam Bam still doesn't have music. Like, he hasn't had any yet.
Right.
But even Knobs comes out with, he doesn't have the Nasty Boys tune. He's just...
That's because he's just a boy.
Right.
He's not a voice.
You have to change the whole song.
Yeah, what, do you think they could just re-record that?
Right.
Just
And
Nasty
drop
guy.
the plural?
Yeah. That doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So Knobs comes out just yelling, "It's nasty time!"
Oh, yeah.
Nasty!
Oh, man, it didn't...
Nasty!
When he comes out, too, the crowd fucking goes 8 no. I'm joking. The crowd did not give a shit. Nobody said a word. It was like a pin drop in there.
Oh,
It was,
fuck, he's still here?
oh, my God, he's dead. I thought he was
Oh, boy.
Holy shit. Look at him. He looks even worse.
I wish
Things it was possible.
I wish it wasn't 1999 so we had cell phones to dick around on.
Jesus Christ.
What do people do before a cell phone? Before
Suck
they can
it
just
up.
check their Facebook.
Start fires. Drink.
That's still happening in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be for a while now.
Yeah, seriously.
That poor town. Good things happen, they burn it down. Bad things happen, they burn it down.
Yeah.
Throw batteries at Santa.
I've always said, if the Bills or Sabres ever win their respective championships, everything west of Syracuse burns. Like, they're not even just going to stick to Buffalo. Like, that whole western New York is just up in flames. They won't know how to handle that shit.
I don't understand the whole, we won, let's set fire to things.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. We Bills fans, when we win, we donate to charities. So,
those charities must never get any money then. It is the worst charities in the world.
Good one.
It's rice for nasty boys.
It's a low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Here's $1. No Music Bam Bam rolls out with his garbage bin.
Yeah, sure.
Starts loading the ring with garbage, so we all know where this one's going.
Takes a long time to do it, too.
There's a problem. This is a problem, though. Bam Bam did not realize how wrestling works. Because he spends the entire time, like, he throws everything in. And once he gets into the ring, he just gets WCW'd.
Yeah, right. It's like Knobs, though, was waiting on him for that one. That was
Well,
good, yeah.
He's been in WCW a lot longer than Bam Bam has. He doesn't know the rules.
But then when they get in there, it's just two fat dudes. Like, it's like the Glens Falls special. Just two fat dudes fighting in the streets with weapons.
This is cars fighting, like, dumpsters.
Yeah.
There's just two dudes slapping at each other, and Tony yelling, "Shut up and listen to the trash can."
Okay.
Oh, yeah. What, Tony?
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, okay, alright. Because we talked about it in the last episode, too. About Tony and his issues.
This is a through line for this entire show, but this is one of two times where it really comes to a head, in my opinion. Tony Schiavone has lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
It's been 3 episodes in a row where he has basically just ignored his job. Like, he's no longer hyping anything. All he's doing is arguing with everybody. He's like, I don't know, he's like us in 20 years.
He's like us 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just like shit talking on the product. And he gets into a fight with Bobby and Mike Tenay during this about what it is to be quiet during a match.
It's like, okay, so last episode, last pay-per-view, Tony did this entire thing about how it's like, oh, this is fucking stupid. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, the trash can looks like it really hurts. That aluminum trash can. It makes a fun noise, but it doesn't hurt. So this time he's overcompensating. He's like, guys, shut up. Listen to how much this hurts. Imagine this hitting your head. Listen. Oh, stop talking.
Yeah.
What part of don't talk don't you get? You should be untalking right now.
And then he continues to go ahead and no-sell all the weapons. He's
Right.
like,
Again.
look at this aluminum. That's a cookie sheet. Is that a cookie sheet?
Yeah, a cookie sheet, yeah.
What the fuck?
He's
man?
almost so. You're right. He almost goes the opposite way, but by doing so, he still demeans what's going on in the ring and makes it seem like a joke. It is a joke. It's a hardcore match. They were supposed to be throwaway matches, but as the announcer, your job is to still. I think you said in the last episode, sell everything like death. And you're supposed. It's so strange to hear him do it two episodes in a row. He just doesn't care at this point. He thinks these are garbage, and even if you do, that's not what you're being paid for. You have to go and pretend like this matters, you know?
I mean, maybe he's just being like a dick about it. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
He could just be really. Oh yeah. Just listen. Listen for this trash can. Yeah, that looked great, guys. Oh, that sounded so good. Oh, I love it. Hardcore matches are great.
Like, we all know he doesn't like hardcore matches.
Right.
We know he doesn't like luchadors. Like, we know he doesn't like cruiserweights. We understand this. We know this now because he says it. Like, he'll say it on his podcast. He said it in the past. He'll say it probably on air. But, like, your job is to pretend. Like, I'm in retail. I get lots of customers who tell me stuff that I don't give a fuck about. You know, like, they'll tell me about a new game, or they'll tell me information that's blatantly wrong. I don't get to just say, you're wrong, get the fuck out of my store. You play along. That's your job. Right. You're like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I'm going to have to look into it. Wow, that sounds like something I should Google later. You fucking play along. That's my job. My job is to play a role of someone who gives a shit. Tony Schiavone, your role is to fucking give a shit. That's your job. You're an actor. Like, you're playing the role of an announcer because it's fucking wrestling. You're not Bob Costas, like, talking about the Olympics. Like, you're not actually commentating what's going on, you know? Like, You're not giving me sports news.
You make me care about what you're talking
Right,
about.
you're a part of sports entertainment. You are entertainment. You are playing a role. Fucking play your role. It's embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself.
And it's what the customer wants. And there are, even though it's not your thing, there are still plenty of people, especially at this time, with the ECW crowd who likes these hardcore matches, who likes the brawling. You still have to cater to them. It's still a part of your audience.
Right. They're the reason why you're doing this match. You're trying to get some of those viewers.
Exactly.
ECW is stealing viewers. Like, yeah, it's not a lot, but it exists.
You have to acknowledge it. You have acknowledged them in the past by bringing in the Sandman and Mikey Whipwreck and all these other guys, and Raven, who used to be part of ECW. Clearly, they're affecting you in some way. That's an audience. You have to respect that audience, and they don't. They just... He treats it like it's garbage.
WCW at this point, this is going to be a weird analogy, I'm going to throw it out there anyway.
All right.
They're like the Mark Wahlberg of wrestling.
Oh, shit, bro.
Like...
Are you serious?
You're not very good. You're kind of entertaining. But you put people in the seats simply because they know your name.
Yeah, but I got paid like $14 billion the other year.
Like, your Transformers movies. People go because they know what a Transformer is. They show up because they've heard of Hulk Hogan. They've heard of Roddy Piper. They've heard of Macho Man. They're not coming for a good movie. They're coming because they're idiots and they know your name. Mm-hmm. You have to at least pretend like what you're presenting is a real product.
Yeah, wrestling...
Michael Bay doesn't get to go up and be like, yeah, my movie's really shit, but you guys should come see it because Marky Mark's in it. Like, you don't get to do that. You get fired. Just get fired. This is embarrassing.
It's almost like wrestling... Tony Schiavone at this point forgets that wrestling really is carny. You know, the whole idea is to bring in the rubes any way you can, and this is something that will bring people in. It is a sideshow.
It's a circus.
Right, exactly. And for a circus, you got the elephants, you got the clowns, you got something for everybody. This is another part of that. This is something for everybody. You're forgetting the roots of that and basically saying, we don't want your business. This is garbage. If you want to watch stupid hardcore shit, turn on Raw.
ECW is doing that way better than us.
God.
They'll hit each other with cars. It'll be great.
You ever heard of this guy called New Jack?
He'll stab you.
Yeah, lots of times. The match isn't even going on and he'll stab you.
He put a fork through a pedestrian.
He thinks Missy Hyatt's pussy is like a roast beef sandwich you just pull apart. So it doesn't matter. Don't pay attention to WCW. Yeah. Go see the other stuff.
You want compelling storylines? This isn't it.
Yeah. Horrible. And Schiavone... He knows better than that. He's called some great matches over the years, you know? Yeah. Honestly, his call, when he did the Goldberg-Hogan at the Nitro where Goldberg beat him, that was a great play-by-play the entire time, and it got me so hyped. He knows what he does. He just cared more about that, so he gave a shit. He doesn't care about this, so he just passes it along and buries it.
And he's done it.
Consistent.
He's been doing it for 2-3 years now that we've been watching this, and just something clicked in him. Like... I don't know if he's mad at Bobby, or he stopped giving up, or Mrs. Schiavone isn't giving him head anymore. Like, something changed with him, and it's obvious and depressing. End rant.
He's a good rant.
Yeah.
I agree with all your points.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Backslash and rant.
Except for the Missy Hyatt meat flaps thing.
Oh, that's nice.
That wasn't even part of my rant.
You should Google. You guys, have you seen Missy Hyatt? Do you even know who she is? I mean,
no.
No?
What's Missy Hyatt?
Go ahead, Google it.
All right.
And just Google naked too. You'll get
Roast
some
beef.
Stuff. Just Google naked. You'll get it.
So they brought to a merch booth that's set up in the crowd, away from where anybody can get to it.
Right.
Which obvious prop merch booth.
At least give them credit. At least it wasn't a real merch booth, because I would not have put WCW. I would not have put this past WCW where they would destroy a real legit merch booth, thereby stopping people from buying merchandise for the rest of the show. That strikes me as a WCW thing.
This is where we get the great moment where Knobs pulls back the curtain. They've divided the arena in half.
Yeah.
And the camera peers in, and you just see a half this empty stadium.
It's sad.
It is.
How could you not expect that? You gotta be smarter than that.
Remember that? Was it Uncensored where Virgil and Stevie Ray go brawl in that one section of the audience where there's nobody sitting there?
It was roped off.
It was roped up. It's just as depressing as that.
Now, granted, this is by design. Like, it's not like they couldn't sell those tickets so they just moved it up. That's how it's designed. I've been to concerts that have done the same thing. Like you need a large backstage area for whatever reason, so you rope off, a third of the Pepsi or whatever it is. Pepsi Arena, it's a local thing.
Yeah, but this isn't a third. This is like half of the
It's
arena.
half of it. But once again, perception is reality. You can't show that shit. You just can't
right.
do that. It makes you look chintzy. It makes you look amateur.
That was the line. Previously, we weren't so sure whether it was amateur or not. But now we know.
Thanks to Brian Knobs.
Yeah, thanks, nasty boy.
For shitting on our podcast, too, by the way.
Yeah, you fuck.
Anything else for a finish on this one?
Fuck Brian Knobs.
Yep. Hashtag fuck Brian Knobs.
I assume that's the one who.
His wife sure won't.
Oh, why is she dead?
Probably.
Okay.
No, she's fucking Jerry Sag.
She's unalive.
Hogan got her as a way for him to be employed here. He's like, I get your wife, brother.
Just give her a beefer. I don't even want her.
Ha! You did it.
Hanging and banging.
The beefer. Fucking Brutus the
What
Barber.
were you talking about? Oh,
What?
Bam Bam Bigelow, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We done with this?
the finish comes when I don't even know what happens. They're in this dark corner of a fake merch booth they've set up.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
It just ends and you can't see anything.
Yeah, right.
There's a suplex through a table, apparently, and then Bam Bam gets up on a scaffold and does a triple moon flip, and then, that's just the end of the match.
He almost kills himself on that, too. Like, the table's already kind of going up when he jumps, so, like, he lands right on the edge of it. It looks gross.
I'm sure it does. I couldn't fucking see it.
Well, that was another thing, too. There's no way the people in the crowd saw that either. So,
No.
way to have your event where the home audience can't see and the crowd can't see. That's some top-notch quality match entertainment right there. Jesus Christ.
11 minutes and 29 seconds.
And we're getting into hardcore world here because WCW will do a good 3-4 months run. Well, they really go hardcore heavy, including I think next month where we get that battle royal on the junkyard for the
That's
next
next
pay-per-view.
month?
I think it might be the next
I
pay-per-view.
think it's next one.
Well, it's coming up. It's definitely coming up.
I
Yeah,
think
Awesome.
that might be a Bash at the Beach one.
maybe. Yeah, I think you're right.
This match is bad. I did have a lot of fun with it for a little bit.
It was a
It's just
train wreck.
hardcore plunder.
I didn't enjoy any of it.
But
I was so distracted by Shivani's call that I wasn't even really paying attention to what was happening in the match.
I just saw something great. I just saw something really good, guys.
What do you think of really good?
Blitzkrieg in the hardcore division.
I just want to see him get his ass beat.
I do not want to see people die, man. He was in a regular match and almost killed Hoovy. I don't want to see the dude with the crowbar in his hand.
Imagine him having to do a table spot.
I imagine Blitzkrieg
Oh my god.
in a hardcore battle royale being like a level of Hotline Miami. Where he's like in a chair and he's just like whap, whap, whap. Everybody's dead all over the place. Blitzkrieg wins.
Oh my god. Wait, was this the one? I can't remember. Hold on. Was this the one where they threw a chair and it almost killed somebody in the crowd? Was that this match? It might have been this match.
I didn't see it.
Anyway.
I don't recall.
Yeah, there's a point, I don't because I won't remember it anyway. There's a point in this night where somebody throws a chair, and whoever the other guy the chair was thrown at, he saves it at the last second, so he pretends like it hit him. If he didn't get in front of that was going to nail somebody in the front row.
There's probably that one.
Yeah, it just no care at all for the safety of the fans there. How did they not get sued left and right?
Sounds like a nasty boy.
It sounds like a nasty boy.
The worst part is this is the epitome of what the WCW hardcore division is. It's just garbage wrestling, plunder, listen for the loud noises, and we're going to have a title for it soon.
Yeah, right?
So,
It's like a trophy when it first starts.
fucking banger.
But at least it's a ruse.
Yeah.
We had a Rick Steiner versus Booker promo.
Rick Steiner versus Booker promo.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I'm trying real hard
I
here.
don't even
Oh,
remember
it was just
Oh, it's just a recap of what's
Just
been
a
going
recap,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Which even then I didn't really get it. I mean, it was
vignette, I guess is the better word.
Yeah, right.
Right into match number 4, Rick Steiner versus Booker T, your champion for the TV title, correct?
Yeah.
I didn't write that
Yeah.
down. I should have. Crowd's silent. You can hear a
Oh
pin
my
drop.
god. How do these guys have no chemistry with each other? Didn't the Steiners wrestle the Harlem Heat 100 times?
Yeah, right.
Because
On
the
Lightning?
Steiners-
It turns out that Stevie Ray was the glue that held them together. Because no matter what they did, they always knew.
Hey man, you don't become the Duke of Thunder without having some credit to your name. I mean,
That's right.
He fucking king, man.
Whatever
You
they
mean
did,
he's,
someone was
by
going to fuck
credit,
it
you
up
mean
with it.
he's using Booker T's social security number.
Right, to buy things
To
online.
open
Yeah.
credit cards.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just bad.
I don't have anything on this one. Like, I just remember thinking to myself, how are these guys this shitty together? And obviously the crowd's like booing Booker T at a certain point too, which is strange.
Arguably, Booker T was a star in the making.
Yeah,
like 60 days ago.
Yeah,
it was like, yes, this guy skyrocketed him, and then they just did nothing. Let's have him fight Steiners.
I could see why you would think that Rick was like a big draw. The Steiners were a big deal. They were a big tag team deal. He's coming back. Like, he hasn't wrestled in a while. Like,
he's dyed the shit out of his hair, and he does look pretty good.
He looks the best I've seen
him
look.
Yeah.
Like, he looks fitter than before. He looks, like, attentive. His hair looks great. It's like, I kind of understand why they could think, okay, let's put him with Rick, and this will elevate him a little bit. But, like, it just doesn't work out.
No.
It turns out Steiner was the smart one.
If like, our Scott and Booker critiques that was a slow plotter, this one is a step below that.
Oh my god. Rest hold after rest hold after rest hold.
This is the Max Payne the movie of wreshling matches. It could be going in reverse.
Oh my god, I forgot about that movie. Talk about Marky Mark.
Yeah.
That was the worst movie I've ever seen. No.
No.
Okay,
We've seen some shit.
That was top 25 worst movies I've ever seen, though. That was a movie where their slow-mo had slow-mo. It was unbelievable. We should watch that again.
What was that one movie you and I watched with the
That was, her name was Carla.
Because that was really slow-paced, too. I remember,
we watched it at double speed.
Yeah, that's right.
And we still knew exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
And it was still like an hour and 45 minutes long or something. Yeah.
It was horrible.
Anything before the finish on this one?
No, I'm glad we're blasting through this.
Moving on.
So Scott jumps in, interferes, Booker, like, Irish whips Rick into Scott. Somehow they, like, bang heads, and then Rick still ends up winning. It doesn't fucking matter.
Nope.
11:08 on this one.
Oh, God.
What a waste of 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
I could have been bettering myself in some way. No. I gotta watch fucking Rick and Booker just jacking each other off.
By bettering yourself, do you mean jack yourself off?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, just double checking.
Depends if you're learning from the experience.
It's important to know what words mean.
I obviously don't.
We go from there to a video package of Gorgeous George versus Lil Nate.
I can't wait to talk about this.
Me either.
The main focus is Little Nate keeps on calling Gorgeous George a bimbo. Gorgeous George is obviously Macho Man's girlfriend at the time.
IRL.
So, you're a bimbo. You're a hot blonde. I'm gonna get you some bubble gum because you can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Oh, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, that didn't land.
So I don't know if you knew this one, Mark. This is a little bit of behind the scenes for Gorgeous
lay it
George.
on me.
A WCW jobber by the name of Maestro actually purchased the rights to use the name Gorgeous George from the original Gorgeous George. And he brought that to WCW with him. What they were going to do was give the Gorgeous George name to
We did it. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Hey! What year is it?
1999.
Oh, sweet!
Product is the same. Hi, buddy. Why don't you sit down?
We can warn people about Y2K and how horrible that was.
It was catastrophic.
We've been living in it's like Fallout World right now outside because of how horrible that was.
This is all CGI. Yeah. This is not the real world.
They don't know what any of those words mean in 1999.
Oh yeah, this is all Toy Story. We're in a Toy Story.
Are you Buzz Lightyear?
I am Buzz Lightyear. He is Woody.
What am I?
You're the you are Woody. He's the binoculars.
Aw, like Slinky Dog?
Nope.
You can be Barbie.
You can be Barbie.
T-Rex?
No, Barbie. You're Barbie. Buzz Lightyear, Woody, and Barbie. Watch Slamboree.
Yep.
It's gonna be a hit.
Alright, here we go, guys. 5, 4, 3. Hello, everybody. Thank you for listening and tuning in to us here at the WCWTF podcast. I'm your host, the man of 1,004 names, Tyrell Interference.
Yeah, I still have your Thyroid Cowboy pun. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oops,
shit.
I forgot to ask you what you were gonna be today.
Some planning that we did.
I planned, man. I switched these things around and we're on.
Yeah. By the way, I think everybody, if you're watching the video, should notice the Lex Luger. We didn't have that last.
Yeah, no
video.
one's ever actually seen this.
Yeah, so check that out.
This is the Loveful Luger.
Yeah.
The lights are on. I gotta find Loveful.
It's on the bottom somewhere, is it?
It should be. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. There it is. There you go. That's a throwback, but no one's ever actually seen the Lex Luger shirt that Mark gave me for Christmas.
It's amazing.
2 years ago?
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, I think.
2 years
Or was
ago.
it?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Also, if you're watching the video and you see over there, that is official WCWTF merchandise. That's the Get Out of Here Jack Swagger t-shirt. That is for sale.
Yep.
So if anybody wants it, it's an extra large. We only have one. So get in on that.
But you can be the person to get it. And if you are Jack Swagger and you want that, we're going to up the price?
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
I mean, you got it.
It's $1,000.
Right.
And then you have to get out of here with it.
Yeah.
Your dog's getting into your cranberry.
Oh, no. That's my favorite. Oh, no, I'm going to...
Don't drink it. Don't drink it.
I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna wait until everyone forgets that my dog was in it.
Right.
Yeah. So if you want the Jack Swagger t-shirt, get in touch with us and we will ship it to you.
It's
$25.
I think it's $25, including shipping.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean plus shipping. So like $35.
Yeah.
If you want it shipped.
Maybe $55.
Yeah. It's made by the great. I mean. Top-notch Malaysian immigrants who are just like sweating away in like a Bronx suburb. I mean, they're really trying hard to make this wonderful.
If you look closely, you can see the tears.
Right? Oh yeah. There was a note that said, "Please help me," but the help had 2 P's. Like, you can't even spell. I'm not gonna help you. This is Trump's America, man.
Yeah,
you aren't contributing.
You can't spell. You don't get help. Truthfully, and this is this is a little pimping right now. We got those from Rush Order Tees. I was not happy with one of the t-shirts we got, so they gave me another one for free. I didn't even reach out to them. I just filled out a survey and they contacted me. They called me and they were like, "Hey, we heard you weren't happy. How about we send you another one and a coupon?" I was like, "Yep." Cool. So Rush Hour Tees, it's not going to be right the first time, but they'll give you something for free.
That should be the tagline. We'll fuck it up once, but we'll make it right.
Yep. Hey, I am Killer Greg. You can find me at KillerGreg17 if you're watching the video. Right there, you can see our videos on Twitch.com/Idiots with Mics. We live stream all of our podcasts now, and Ty and I also we do a Tuesday thing with video games.
That's right.
Yep. Mark, who are you?
Hey, look up that. Check it out. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna lift it, sort of.
There you go.
Oh. I am Megastar Mark. You can find me at Megastar Mark on the tweet machines. And gentlemen, here we are. Cash, here we are.
We have jumped aboard the Ascension Time Machine.
Yep.
Back to May 9th, 1999, coming to you guys live from the TWA Dome, St. Louis, Missouri.
Missouri. It is really crowded, by the way, in this time machine.
Yeah. Ty, would you mind getting out somewhere in the 70s?
I'm fine with that.
All right. We'll just go on our way.
Oh, we need our sweet stashes. That'd be awesome.
Oh man. The last girl I was with
had a mustache?
Yeah. And I was like, "You gotta shave that, bitch." And she was like, I was like, "All right." That's how most of my relationships go.
That's a great story, too.
Yeah. She was like, "Hey, we're not talking if you have a mustache."
That was fine.
And I was like, "I should shave a mustache."
You had a great cop stash going for a while.
Yeah.
You can imagine that with Killer Greg.
It might come back.
Is it?
I'm not with that girl now.
Yeah.
And I have no other girls on the horizon, so.
No.
Coming in hot. Cop.
So we're coming at you live from the TWA Dome, St. Louis, Missouri, for our final David Arquette-less Slamboree.
Man, yeah. 1 year from now.
I wish we were watching that one.
It's going to be so different. It's already different, like, say, 4 months ago, what we're seeing right now in WCWTF land. Imagine what's going to be like a year from now. We're going to have fucking Crowbar hanging around.
Oh, goddamn Crowbar. We do have a sponsor for tonight's show. Very excited.
Okay, great.
Our sponsor for tonight, Conan's Strawberries and Salad Delivery Service.
Nice.
Delivering fresh strawberries and cleanly tossed salads to your door at a low monthly rate, whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
It's perfect for keeping yourself slim and a great romantic night in for that special someone in your life. Now with a variety of dressings.
What's that?
Conan's Strawberries and Salads. You're going to eat it, whether you want to or not.
I like the idea of Conan, like...
Oh, that's not an attractive joke.
I like the idea of Conan though strong-arming any service that he has. He kind of does that with his podcast. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
like
weird.
When he finds out that like you're just a listener or a podcast, he will come after you. So if you're on Twitter, you just want to say like, "Hey, I heard you have a podcast." He will go out of his way to make sure you listen to his podcast.
He does a great job pimping himself.
He does.
Better than us.
If you do like what we do, help us keep our podcast free and our ads stupid. Patreon.com/WCWTF podcast. Check it out.
One of our best episodes we've ever done is only on Patreon. So if you want to hear that and have us have like a competent discussion on wrestling, check it out.
This is not the place for that.
No.
Patreon. You gotta pay for the good stuff.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, I just realized that our YouTube and Twitter pictures are missing. So hey, this is our YouTube one. You can find us at WCWTF Podcast on YouTube.
You gotta search that we don't have like a name or anything.
And this is our Twitter. So there you go.
There you go.
And Twitter is hilarious.
Yes.
Whoever runs that is a fucking genius, gentlemen.
I've heard that. I don't know who runs that. It's like a Santa elf.
It's Cash.
He's so upset that toy is on the ground right now.
Sorry. He's not gnawing at my crotch anymore.
You're welcome.
No, he's not gnawing at my crotch anymore. That sucks. Get the toy.
Cash, get it.
So before we get too far off the rails, as we always do, let's go ahead and kick that theme music.
Oh man, Ric Flair was like Disney ride short
theme music.
This is where I did theme music for the actual podcast.
Which is, if you haven't listened to this before, it's a Wallflower song. It's one headlight. It's very good. I mean,
is that a Wallflower song?
I think so.
Sing it for me.
One headlight.
I'm unfamiliar.
It's a Cardigan song.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's a Jamiroquai song.
Oh, name one Jamiroquai song that isn't Virtual Insanity.
Shit.
And
you might as well ask me like name a Savage Garden song. Name just any Savage Garden song.
Name anyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Name another Baha Men song.
Oh man. How about a Chumbawamba song? Not that famous one.
Not Tub Thumping?
Not Tub Thumping. Is that what it's called? Tub Thumping?
Yeah.
Do you want the whiskey drink? Do you want the vodka drink? Do you want the soda drink? That's true. You want to see that on copy. I was good on that one.
It was like Chumbawamba was here.
We now have a new theme song.
Oh,
I'm just gonna.
oh, we lost our thing.
Oh shit. Oh, Vince found out.
Oh no.
Oh, we got that content strike.
Yeah.
Well, we got a content strike because my singing of Tub Thumping was so accurate and so close to the original. They struck us.
Yeah, we're gonna get a YouTube copyright violation.
Right?
Incoming.
That happens.
So here we are, St. Louis, Missouri, for Slamboree in 1999. Our tagline for tonight's show:
Froze.
watch rules and bones shattered in the comfort of your own home.
Wow.
That's not bad. Compared to some of the other ones we heard, that's not bad. That's not like hugging your uncle. I mean, so...
Your father a big wet hug.
Right. Your big lamb fart sweater.
And your lamb fart sweater, that's right. Now, why don't we have that? If we contact... Who made that again?
This Rush Order Tees. Yeah. Rush Order Tees. Get us some sweaters.
Right.
Hey, Ty, can you reach around back there and just turn off and on the Xbox again?
I bet he will.
It froze. I don't know why.
Hold on, wait. Wrong side.
Yeah, that might be a PlayStation next week.
Okay, hold on.
There we go.
The gorgeous word looking back at it.
Now blast it again. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, this Xbox is frozen twice in a row now, so...
No, you said it was...
yeah, I said it was going.
Yeah, that was...
Xbox, you're fired!
You're
going to
fired!
the PlayStation.
Right.
So before we start talking, let's do everybody's favorite game. Guess the attendance. Now, Greg, you did win last week,
Alright.
so you're gonna go first.
Alright.
So wait, before you guess, I just want to know, just because I'm curious, how hard did you fuck Eric Bischoff to get those exact numbers last week?
Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 4.
It's a very loving, caring fucking man.
Yes, I love and care for Eric Bischoff.
He doesn't like that.
He doesn't like that?
I fucked him to a 9.5, so I'm going to win this time.
Alright.
Okay.
I
I fucked him so his hair turned black again. Go, you first.
So this arena looked huge, but Nasty Boy ruined it the first time.
As Nasty Boys are wont to do.
Yeah, as Nasty Boys are wont to do. Wow, Cash, fuck off, man.
He really wants that train matches.
Yeah.
When they finally do a move, it's like day one of wrestling. It's like our ringer.
21,000 people.
Whoa! Where are we? What arena? What's the arena?
Hold on.
30 seconds in, it's already better than the fucking Disco Jackie match.
The
So, I mean,
TWA Dome.
15,000. You can have these matches and have them be entertaining.
Depending on how we do this.
Ooh.
The actual attendance, 20,516.
Wow! Holy
Oh
crap!
my god, I am a god.
Wow!
However,
I am a god. There is no however. Move next segment.
I do have a little bit of extra information about this.
I like extra information.
The actual number of paid tickets was about 13,000.
No.
So they padded it with 7,000 free tickets to get this arena.
So
That fucking counts.
No, that counts. You won.
No, you did win.
You win.
I just thought that was
That's amazing. They papered almost 7,000.
Yeah, I think that's the interesting part. I'm not particularly loser or anything.
No, you
The
won.
fact that, man, 7,000 tickets just given away.
You won, and you fucked Bischoff again. That's good. Good for you. Good for you.
No one up to
Maybe you're 9.5 too.
It honestly wasn't Bischoff. It was just some dude in the alleyway. But I mean, he said his name was Eric Bischoff.
Silver hair.
It was actually Greg Gagne.
I can't believe I got that. I thought I was just taking.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That place is huge.
The word dome is there, so that does, I should have guessed a little bit larger. So I still can't get over that. So this is 99. What month is this? What do we May? May. I mean, they're not struggling. I mean, they're struggling, but like in terms of ticket sales and in terms of viewership, they're still pulling in 4s. They're still doing great merch numbers. The paper 7,000 in a wrestling town like I'm sorry, we're in Missouri, right? I mean, wow, that's horrible. It helps his like kind of arrogant asshole.
It's insane to me.
It's hard to fill that.
Yeah.
I mean, 13,000 people is already a lot. That still would have been larger than half the arenas they sell.
Well, we'll get to it later, but they just fucking tarped over half the stadium. So just do that. Just pull out Jaguars.
So you might notice the booking. Zooming in, we might notice the booking is a little bit all over the place tonight.
No.
There are a few reasons. NWO was pretty much done at this point.
Okay.
You wouldn't. How could you tell? They're still NWO people. They still play the Wolf.
They still the music, which is constant all the way through. We were complaining about it in the last episode, but my God, how many times do we have to fucking hear the?
Get Steiner, who's not even like even in the Wolfpack anymore. And
Yeah.
they're just blaring the Wolfpack theme, dude. So beyond that, backstage, no one else knows who's supposed to hate whom, who's supposed to be friends with whom. Like, it's just nothing but craziness all over the place. What? No one knows whose team they're on. It's just chaos. Flair doesn't have the NWO to fight against right now because Hogan is injured. So he's just gonna fight Piper for a few months. Goldberg doesn't have a title. Goldberg doesn't have a title, so they're just having him fight Sting for reasons that there's not even any reason for it. Scott Steiner doesn't have anything to do, so he just fights with Buff, DDP. He's the champ, so he gets to fight Nash.
Yeah.
It's just a clusterfuck.
Well,
all up and down.
So this is May, June, July, August, September. So 5 months away from Vince Russo. You can kind of tell at this point, like, because they're getting thumped in the ratings nonstop. At this point in their run. So you really get the impression that nobody has any idea of day to day what's happening. So I get what people always say, like, why would you bring in Vince Russo when everyone thinks Vince McMahon, was the one who ran Raw and who was the creative genius behind Raw? That's kind of revisionist thinking. People at the time, I think, really thought Russo was the main driving factor.
He was.
Well, yeah, right. You had to believe him at the time. Like he had all this stuff to back him up. That all the ratings were through the roof. So I get why they were looking for somebody within that WWE bubble who could bring some organization and stability. That didn't happen, but
nope.
WCW desperately needed a shot in the arm. Even if Vince Russo wasn't like the mastermind behind the Attitude Era, any change was a positive change.
Yep.
the company got run to the ground not just because Russo came. It's because nobody fucking tried, and their contracts were all a mess.
I mean, once we get more into Russo, like there's a very, very infamous interview he does where he's like, "I was the head writer of WCW." In Sable, but like she was like right before we started seeing Lita come in and stuff like that. So it was just unfortunate. But I'm a big Molly Holly fan.
Oh yeah, and I joked about it with the Kevin Nash, and she's pretty much regarded as like the sweetest girl to ever. And like totally escape the wrestling promotion, the wrestling world, without having her soul tainted. Like, is still like the nicest person and one of the sweetest people there. So it's kind of good to hear, actually.
I think Medusa looked really terrible.
Yeah,
this is not the role for
her.
Well,
she definitely got boob jobs the last time we saw her. I mean, even bigger than what they used to be.
4 boob jobs.
Yeah.
I also find it hysterical that she's bigger than this Asia girl, who Ty described as bigger than China.
Right.
Even though she's not. But
that's what WCW says.
I understand that's the gimmick, but like Medusa dwarfs her. Or she dwarfs Medusa. I don't know. Medusa looks way bigger than the girl who's supposed to be huge. So why not just make Medusa Asia? Medasia.
That's coming up later.
What a freak.
Anything else before we hit the finish on this one?
This match is great.
Yeah, awesome match.
Yeah. Match is really worth checking out.
Watching a match on the podcast
for a very long time.
So good.
Maybe since that Chavo match.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a great match.
The end is a little bit slow. A lot of choking and figure fouring.
I don't care.
But it doesn't matter. It's like
care.
Everything's fine at this point.
Yeah.
Lil Nate gets GG in the figure 4. Flips him over. So it's now like the clover leaf, whatever you want to call it. Asia jumps up and argues with the ref. Ric Flair comes in, like, grabs Charles Robinson, like, what the fuck are you doing? Macho comes in, hoofs out Ric Flair. Looks like he's going to do a body slam to Little Nate. Just, like, low blows him to the point where he's basically fisting him. He's like, he has elbow
hysterical.
Yeah, it's good.
Because Little Nate's like, alright, time for the body slam. Oh! Oh!
There's something to be said about a well-timed, like, dick shot that will still always get me to pop.
And then we just body slams him. We get Gorgeous George going up to the second rope.
Mm-hmm.
The Brett's rope, the most dangerous rope.
That's right, most dangerous rope of all.
Where did that come from? Does Bret Hart actually say that's the most dangerous road at some point?
No, I think we're just making fun of it.
It's an OSW joke.
Yeah, I know it's an OSW joke, but it's got to come from somewhere.
I think because I don't think, did Bret ever go off the top rope? Was he always
very rarely. It was always the second, the middle rope is when he did his 5 moves of doom. So yeah.
For a fine enough elbow drop for the 3.
Absolutely fine. Yep.
Great match. This one, weird enough, this one's definitely kind of worth watching.
It absolutely
is. It's absolutely worth watching.
Check it out.
This is a top-notch storyline match.
Yep.
Oh, I did forget to mention, at one point, Gorgeous George does the girly hair toss on Little Nate, which I laugh my ass off at.
What is it? Like, Macho at the beginning of it, too, says, like, this is going to be a girl-on-girl match. Also good.
10 minutes, 39 seconds. That's fine.
Yeah, and Macho's reinstated. That was what they were fighting for, too.
Yeah.
If Gorgeous George won, Macho would come back. So, yeah, next couple, I'm sure we'll see Macho quite a bit more. So, cool. Good match. Fun match.
Very cool. Very, very, very good match.
We go from there to a video setting up Buff versus Scotty, which I just laughed my ass off through.
Yeah,
it's Buff Bagwell.
Oh, this is a great promo.
Dressed up with Scott Steiner's like, ooh, I'm the big bad duty daddy.
Oh my god.
Ew, look at my muscles. And then just cuts to Scott Steiner. Shut up! No.
People don't make fun of Scott.
So funny.
Flush me if you hear me. Duty.
Oh god.
Drop it.
Rick!
I'm gonna beat you.
He's making fun of me, Rick!
He's so funny, and Buff Bag was so good.
Buff, I'm so glad to have him back.
Yeah.
Like in actual wrestling capacity. Oh, he's so good. So we jump right into that match for the U.S. title. Buff Bagwell. Buff Bagwell. Weird. Buff Bagwell taking on your champion Scott Steiner. Before this match opens up, Tony just goes off on Bobby.
Oh yeah, I haven't noted that too. Another weird, and whether they're doing it on purpose or not, it's still strange. And it still drags down the show.
Tony basically, Bobby says, it's like, these guys know each other really well. And Tony's just like, oh. Do you think? Do you did you not hear me just say this dissertation about how they were tag team partners and best friends and they were like friends? Oh yeah. I don't know that. I don't know that, Bobby. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
He basically cuts the Miz promo on him.
Yeah, no, you're right. It just
For nothing.
Right. Very weird again, and I know it blurs the line. It's probably all at work, but at the same time, it still is weird to see in the middle of a pay-per-view. You know, it takes me out. It just does. It just takes me out of it. It's like, oh, now I'm focused on the announcers. Okay? When I should be focused on Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell. But I'm not, man. Weird.
Yeah. Before Scott can grab the mic, Buff just straight up attacks him.
I like
fires
that.
right at him.
No, that was good because once again we're going back to like if Buff really hates him, he's not going to wait for Scott to do his spiel.
Yeah.
So he just jumps him. And by the way, Scott though throughout this match is just John with the fans again.
I find this match, before we get too far into it, I find this match very boring.
It was super boring. Yeah.
The entire match is like Buff starts off, gets a little bit of offense. Steiner now SWAT, beat up, and then he just starts yelling at the crowd.
Yeah.
And that's all he does is just yell at the crowd.
Which is not. I mean, this match was these two guys were together for such a long time, right? So when you have a tag, it's basically a tag team that broke up. This should be a grudge match. This should be like a feud, and Scott's playing it off like it's just like, oh, it's a Thunder taping. Just really weird, yelling at the crowd. Especially there's one dude in the crowd that he constantly goes back to. He's in a rest hold, you know.
He attacks Buff, and then when Buff is down, he just finds someone in the crowd to yell at.
Yep.
He says such great things as, I'm sorry. You can suck me. Mm-hmm. You're a piece of shit.
Which the camera picks up. All of this.
Oh, yeah.
All of this.
Hey, suck me.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you like saying that line.
Yeah, he's real into that one.
Yeah.
The entire match is just Buff selling for Steiner.
Right, like this is not the match that they should have had, considering this is supposed to be like the blow off to their feud, you know. So,
and especially knowing what happens at the end.
Right. Well, let's talk about it because I got nothing else for this match. I think the end is probably the most interesting thing that does happen.
At the end of the match, we get Rick. Rick comes in. Right as Buff is about to blast Scott with a chair. Mm-hmm. It's like, ooh, ref's out. Of course he is. Rick runs in. He's like, no, don't do that. You go to the top. Go to the top rope and do your famous Buff Bagwell top rope move.
Oh my god. Why is every Buff and Rick just trade spots for being stupid? Like, both of them. The minute you're a face, you're an idiot.
So, right as he gets to the top, Rick runs, like, he gets on the apron and just blasts him with a chair.
Yeah. So
Rick, Buff falls down. Scott gets up, puts him in the Steiner recliner.
Yep.
Rick grabs the ref. He's like, hey, look at this. I think that's what it was, Greg. Rick picks up the ref. He's like, hey, look at him in the Steiner recliner.
Right. The ref, though, is like, why are you here? Oh, never mind. I guess I'll discount.
Yeah, whatever.
Yep.
And Steiner wins.
Yep. So the Steiner brothers are back together and are bad guys. Sure.
That Buff face turn is something everybody was waiting for.
Yeah. The Buff face turn, too, should have happened when he got hurt his neck and then he came back. Or he was in a wheelchair and Hogan dumped him out of the wheelchair. And that should have been like Buff getting a shot at Hogan.
Did he get Zack Ryder?
Yeah. Right off the stage. But no, Buff swerve.
I'm alright with the Buff face turn. He's just you can still be a smart.
I love a Buff face turn. It just wasn't at the right time. It should have been months before that.
Oh, like way before this.
Right. It should have been like after he came back from the injury. You know, that would have been a great thing. The NWO abandoned me. Now I'm going to fight the NWO. Awesome. That's a great story.
Yeah,
nah.
right.
He's back to being bad because he's like Scotty.
Oh. And just after months of Rick and Scott feuding and not fighting each other, and everybody just wanting them to fight, they're just back together.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
blood is thicker than water.
This could be fun because there's no NWO anymore. So, like, you know, this could be like a. This could be something. I don't know. I have to see more. I don't remember this, so I want to see more of this.
I mean, Scott is still going out to the Wolfpack music.
Of course he is. The ending to this match is fine. Let it pass. I'm okay with that. But this match should not. It was just stupid. This could have been a backstage assault where like Scott was attacking Rick, or Scott was attacking Buff. All of a sudden, Rick shows up. Oh, swerve! Rick is with Scott now. There you go.
Honestly, 7 minutes. I'm not.
No, like I said, anything under 8 minutes, I can't be offended by.
Yeah. We go to a Goldberg time filler video.
He's Goldbergy.
Yep. Throwback to commentary. Well, the three goofs remind us of what just happened, and they do their best to pimp out Goldberg and Sting, which they say is happening next. Spoiler, it's not.
Yep. Nope.
Bobby tries to attempt to talk to Tony. It's like, I think Goldberg's going to win this. Hey. Hey, I will throw dirt on you.
Yeah.
Which was a great line.
You can never hear Bobby, like, there's like a collection on YouTube, you can check it out, where it's just basically Bobby, like, insulting Tony. That's all it is. And there's one where Tony asks him a question, and Bobby's like, I can't hear you from all the way down here. Just basically ignoring him. Like, straight up ignoring him.
Oh, yeah, Tony's just been such a dick, but it's not like a fun way.
Right, no, it's not.
We
It's
discussed
a
that.
distracting way. It's what it is.
Very distracting.
Yeah.
So we go into a recap video. It starts... It's like 3 different videos all capped into one. So it starts off with like Kevin Nash, DDP, Kevin Nash, Goldberg, Kevin Nash.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
And it's like they're all pieces together. Like this is one of a larger story being told. This isn't the one where it's like...
No, it's not. It's
okay.
not.
No.
That's before.
Wait, do we even know the one I'm talking about? Not the sexy one. This isn't. This is the like spiritual leader one, or is that also later?
I don't remember.
How many more promos are there?
Like 6.
No, real world. How many more?
There's 2 more.
This is the Kevin Nash Star Wipe one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Nash wipe.
Right.
First off, I think Nash did all of these.
That's what I think too. Seriously.
Like at home, he got Avid, Adobe. What was?
I got Windows Movie Maker.
Right. Yeah. Right.
It's so funny. It's like Kevin Nash.
He probably spent like 5. He probably called WCW like the tech guys like at the beginning of it. It's like, how do I run this thing? And they started talking. He was like, I got it.
I figured it out.
Yeah, don't worry.
Put this picture of me.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Just moving around.
Yeah.
We go from there. That just jumps from a weird, like, inspirational beat boop video into promos for the upcoming Flair and Piper match.
Yeah. Right. No continuity.
I mean, I got a little bit what was going on. They did not explain it at all.
No, I'm
No, I
completely
had no
confused.
fucking
Yeah.
clue what's
So
happening.
Flair is evil now. He's
definitely
the president.
evil.
Right. He's definitely evil.
He's president, mad with power.
Okay. Yeah.
So Piper has come in to try to stop him. I guess this is just me conjecturing from what I've read. Piper is the commissioner, and what he did was got Ric Flair to sign something that he thought was like a match stipulation, but it was him agreeing to the fact that he's incompetent.
Yes.
Oh.
Right.
Which is why Arn's like, you didn't read that when you signed it? He's like, I don't want to read this. What are you worried about?
I'm president. I don't have to read.
I'm president of the world. Who cares? And he got David Flair also to sign something too.
Yeah.
That basically admitted his dad, which I don't think. If you're making up reasons, the first reason's fine enough. You don't need. You don't need David Flair.
You don't need to get yourself legally like.
Yeah. Right.
I gotta really back this up here.
That's where WCW all of a sudden pays a lot of attention to the story.
They hired real lawyers to look over this fake contract.
$200 million each.
It's like, so we need to make sure that a direct family member also signed. Okay.
All
right. Thank you, Larry Feinstein. I appreciate it. What was our retainer? $2.2 million. Okay, not a problem.
Right.
Here's a check for you.
Well, you do good work.
Yeah.
You do good work. You know what? Take another check. Just in
Here's
case we
another
need
check.
you later.
This
You
one's
can cash it
blank.
though. Yeah, go ahead.
This one's blank. Just fill in whatever think's appropriate.
Was there a right?
I'm gonna cut you this check here. This just says the LWO on it.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Like T-shirt.
Yeah.
You own that now.
Yep. Fantastic.
So if that wasn't enough, we get shots of Nate in his boxers in the ring, just Nation around,
Looking like he should be committed.
Yeah, right. And this is like classic Nate. This is where he starts dropping elbow drops on his suit.
Yeah.
You know, this is all part of like that. Whenever they show like Ric Flair retrospectives, they'll show this.
This is the clip.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just gets admitted into a Florida psychiatric hospital, which I'm sure that's bangarang.
Yeah, dude. If you're in a Florida psychiatric
That's a
hospital,
lot of
that's low on the bar.
Yeah.
But it's cool because he has to wear his robe.
Yeah.
Just naches around while all the inmates or the patients cheer for him.
Mm-hmm. They let him watch Nitro, which is good. If you have a mental illness based on like a job, it's good to just revisit that job. That's good mental health right there. That's excellent.
That's A+ care.
Yep.
That's Florida care right there.
That is true. Yeah, right. That wrestling gator.
He starts wrestling with Nurse Double D, Asia, like old school mat wrestling. He's like on all fours, like, come on, mount me.
So Scott approaches all of his opponents now.
The doctor's like, this is crazy. He thinks he's in an upscale hotel.
Yeah.
And then he gets on the phone. He calls David. He's like, this is great. I'm the best president ever, right? Say I'm the best president. Say I'm the best president. Say it. Say best president. Say Ric Flair's best president. Say it. Say it. Say it. You're the best president yet. Ha woo! And then click promo over.
Yeah, they don't explain
done.
Nothing.
what happened.
Yeah. And so what does happen is eventually he also calls Charles Robinson, who's running the show for him that day. And he just basically is like, woo! And Charles Robinson's like, I think you're in a psychiatric home. He's like, no, it's a rest home. Woo! And then Arn finally gets wind of it and bails him out of the insane asylum, which you
Why
can do.
wouldn't you put that? If you're already doing a promo that's unnecessary and too long, why not put the ending?
Yeah, right.
Because what if that never happened?
Oh,
what if all this is just Nate is sitting in his living room, snow globing it.
whoa.
He's doing the same elsewhere.
He's the retarded boy.
Right.
Autistic.
Come on, Greg.
Oh, my bad. Shit. Why would I know that?
Also, in that same segment, okay?
Upset elsewhere?
No, not Insane Elsewhere. There's two autistic kids. No.
Insane elsewhere?
Not
Was one of them Denzel?
One of them Denzel? Was Denzel in that show?
Yeah, everyone was in that show.
Very good
It was
point.
Denzel and Mr. Feeney and
I guess technically Law and Order is all part of that thing
Someone
too.
Yeah, right. Like in X-Files, apparently also is too. Yeah, you
That's
can,
all
you can
St.
draw it
Elsewhere?
to X-Files. Yeah, you can link St. Elsewhere to X-Files. Yeah. Okay, but in that same thing where Ric Flair's in the psychiatric, so he's in there, he's nation it up, he's like woo woo woo, all this other stuff. Walking into the shot is Scott Hall, wearing a hospital gown, and they both just stare at each other and they go woo, and then the segment ends, and you never get any explanation why Scott Hall was there.
I think it's pretty obvious why Scott Hall was
Yeah.
there, guys.
But did they pay Scott Hall for that? Probably, right? They brought him in.
of course.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, St. Elsewhere was an all-star cast.
Are you still looking at Missy Hyatt? Oh, yeah.
No, I'm done with Missy Hyatt. Denzel, Howie Mandel, Ed Begley Jr.,
Oh, God.
Mr. Feeney, David Morse. You don't know his name, but you know him.
Let me see. Who's David Morse?
He's the guy. He's like the guy who's in everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so match number 7 for the office of the WCW presidency. Roddy Piper taking on Ric Flair with Arn Anderson and Asia, or as Tony calls a couple times during this match, Asier.
Tiger, uppercut.
They're wearing the exact same ring gear, which is very distracting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, God. It's going on right behind us, too.
Starts off with these guys shoving each other. Ric Flair shoves the ref, and then just fucking fires him.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was fun. Yeah, that was a cool moment.
So we're just automatically stacking the deck against
Right.
The problem I have with wrestling sometimes is just that, like, there are rules and then they ignore the rules. Or you have powers and then you ignore the powers, you know? Like, if it's no DQ, then they just wrestle a straight-up match.
Yeah.
Or if you're the president, you don't want that dude, then you should fucking fire him. Like, that's great. Use the powers that you're provided. It's just frustrating. When it's the kind of tag match where you can pin your own partner and then they choose not to do that.
Right.
Like, do the stuff. It's lame, but if it's part of the rules, then do the rules.
Right. I always wondered why, if you didn't have a chicken shit heel, why didn't he just always immediately low blow the person so he can get out with his belt?
Right,
know?
exactly. Always. Just constantly
Until
do it.
you had something
Until
say
you have a
can't-
rule
right,
saying
exactly,
that no
right.
DQ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good. It's good to have, like, because he basically fires ref and brings in...
Yeah, he's got the power.
Yeah, right.
You're fired. Little Nate, get in here.
Little Nate.
Double duty Little Nate.
Man, and Little Nate plays this part perfect, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's so good tonight.
Story of this match is obvious. It's just Piper with stiff shots. Flair heals up. Then Piper comeback. Stiff shots. Heel work.
Yep.
Comeback.
And sprinkled throughout, Little Nate is not helping Roddy Piper at all. So Roddy Piper goes for a pin or goes for a thing, and like immediately goes like into the incredibly slow counts, or like gets Piper off of him way too early. But that's good. That's excellent. That's what we need.
Yeah,
I was telling Ty this earlier. I'm really tired of the Ric Flair hits. I don't blame him for doing them.
Yeah.
Like, people do want to see Ric Flair plays the hits.
That's all he can do, really, at this point. I mean,
But like, it's his matches are all exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like if not, I've seen a lot of bands, and sometimes they always play the hits. Obviously, you don't go to not hear certain songs
Like Love Fool.
And a band will mix it up a little bit. Like they'll take it like an interlude in the middle and talk to the crowd, or the light show is what makes it interesting or something. I've also seen bands that play their songs just like verbatim, like Our Lady Peace. Like they play their songs that sounds like they hit play on a CD player. Like they do literally nothing different. It's just like a bunch of dudes standing there playing the hits. That's what I feel like in this. I feel like Ric Flair just hits play on a cassette tape. It's like click, and then it woos and begs off.
Right.
And does the pratfall. Right. I don't know what you want to call it. The face plant.
The Flair plant.
The Flair plant.
Right.
Like, and there's nothing different happens.
Yeah.
It's just exactly the same. And then sometimes it blades, sometimes it doesn't.
I can't say that you're wrong there. But at this point, Flair is to the point in his career where he's older. He's not able to do as much. Early Flair, like Flair in the 90s, Flair in the 80s and Flair in the 70s, did have more of a diverse match portfolio. Just at this point, it's all he can do.
I'm not saying it's I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I'm not interested in it.
Right. And unfortunately, Piper doesn't really have like a Piper set other than like the poke of the eyes, and then like the
boxing of the ears.
Boxing of the ears, that's another big one. So his is a little bit different, but he's still just kind of a brawler. Like nobody ever remembers Piper for his like excellent in-ring work. He's just always remembered for like hitting Jimmy Snuka with a coconut or his awesome mic work.
Right, his mic work.
Right. So this match, I wasn't expecting much, and I didn't get much.
Yeah.
What else can you say?
I know. At what point do you? This almost goes back to the Stevie Ray thing. Like, at what point do you just stop playing the hits? You know what I mean? Like, Kiss retires every 15 years, and then they run out of money, and then they play a tour again, and then they retire again.
Sure.
Ric Flair will be wrestling for 20 more years.
Yeah. Playing
the hits.
Yeah.
He never retires. He just keeps playing the hits.
He'll start bleeding with Hulk Hogan in the middle of Australia at a certain point, which is probably the saddest I think I've ever seen Ric Flair.
And I like Ric Flair.
I do too.
His mic work is still the best.
Yeah.
I don't need to see him wrestle anymore.
Right.
I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Or give me a year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me 12 pay-per-views without Ric Flair, and then we can talk again.
Yeah, like, I think, and I honestly think we're going to get that pretty soon. I don't remember him wrestling very actively. He does wrestle in the last Nitro, but I don't remember him being as active.
But, like, so, on the network when you watched it, it plays the next one immediately afterwards. So, like, this isn't Slamboree 99, because it's Slamboree 2000. What do we see? First thing we see is Ric Flair yelling at Eric Bischoff.
Yeah,
like, I can't imagine much changes.
Well, I mean, no, but there's, I think, a big difference between having him as an on-air personality and having him wrestle.
Sure.
Because I can deal with him on a Nitro where he's just, like, laying down the law or, like, fighting for WCW. I'm okay with that. I just don't need to see him do this. And especially against Piper. This all feels so forced. Like, why do we need this? This is 1999. Why do we have to see this again? You know?
Because he's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Because people come because they know the name. They know the name Ric Flair. They know the name Roddy Piper. He was a movie star.
Yeah. Does that mean Roddy Piper is the stuffed bear that's foul-mouthed in this situation? Or
he's the Ted?
Yeah, he's the Ted.
I don't know. I see him more as like the this joke would be way funnier if I can remember his name. The T.J. Miller.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
He's T.J. Miller in the Transformers movies. He dies. That's so weird. I think that's in the fourth Transformers movie, the first one Marky Mark's in.
Yeah.
T.J. Miller's like, I'm T.J. Miller, I'm your wacky best friend. And then like 45 minutes in, it's like, poof. He explodes. Yeah. And you're like, oh. Well, I guess T.J. Miller isn't in this movie anymore.
Those fucking movies, man. They're just going to keep squatting them out, right?
They sure are. Mm-hmm. And they're bad. They're like barely movies.
I think people, by the way, Ty's obviously going to cut all this from the actual podcast itself, but, our viewers who are watching can appreciate this. I feel like people give Anthony Hopkins too much credit.
Cash. Not a toy yet.
He loves that.
He loves empty bottles. That one's not empty yet, though.
People can see him. That's good.
Yeah.
I feel like Anthony Hopkins gets too much credit for Silence of the Lambs because he will do some shit. He will absolutely. He is a professional actor. So if you give him a script and he's like, "This is fine," and he does it, it doesn't matter the integrity or quality of that script. He's going to be in some garbage.
Who was Gandhi?
Ben Kingsley, also very similar.
Ben Kingsley will do literally anything.
Yes, yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, Ben Kingsley, he's an Academy Award, right? He's a Sir now, I think.
Right.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
Sir Ben Kingsley,
oh, he's a tremendous actor. I saw him in a direct-to-DVD Netflix movie about robot aliens invading Scotland. I saw that. It exists, and it was terrible. Ben Kingsley will say yes to anything.
You know what, though? I will say this about both of those people, Ben Kingsley and Anthony Hopkins. If they're doing Marvel movies, they kind of get a pass because, like, Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin, as the drunk actor, was hilarious. That was really well done.
That was good.
And then Anthony Hopkins as kind of Odin, that's also good. That's Odin, right. He's really good in that character. So apparently you can be like a whore, if you just assign yourself with Marvel. That's apparently
pretty much. That's how it works.
Yes,
that's not a toy yet.
Nope.
Oh, he wanted that.
You got to finish that and throw it for him.
Yeah. He wants it now.
Finish it and throw it. There you go. Now it's a toy, buddy.
Now you can have it.
Now it's a toy. You can have it.
Go get it.
All right.
Your dog's gonna get hammered.
Yeah. It'll take him a while to get the lid off. Oh, it's off.
Did you guys get to the finish on this one?
No, go ahead with the finish.
We were talking about Anthony Hopkins.
I gathered that. I was gone for 4 minutes.
We even talked about how you're going to cut it from the actual podcast recording audio version.
It'll be the sting.
Yeah.
Sting at the end.
That's right.
So the end of this match is just another fucking clusterfuck. It's run-ins galore. Orange just decides, fuck it, I'm going to run in.
Yeah, right.
Break up the figure four that Piper has locked a figure four onto Nate. Mm-hmm. Little Nate is like, give up? No, you don't. You don't give up.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Yeah, that is really good.
Ric Flair looks him directly in the eye and says, I do give up.
Yeah.
I am giving up. Little Nate says, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
It goes back to your point. Like, that's what a heel ref would do. It's like, no, you're still in this.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. I'm not calling the bell.
Arn jumps in, attempts to break everything up. Piper locks him in a sleeper hold, knocks him right out.
Yep.
Which, I mean, if you're in a sleeper hold like that does take you out in seconds.
Well, yeah, Piper always used to call it the NyQuil hold.
Yeah.
So, knocked you right out.
Nate comes at him, a little blow to the back. He gets a little bit of a sleeper hold, nothing much. Asia comes in, hits him in the back. Piper kisses her.
Yeah.
Then sleeper hold.
Why not?
Sexual assault is fun in the 90s.
He blasts little Nate in the face. At this point, Flair is going for something in his trunks, the brass nuts.
AKA absolutely nothing.
There's nothing
in his trunks.
Nothing in his trunk. He gets nothing out. It's just...
He takes nothing out, hits him, puts nothing back.
Right.
This coffee is terrible, by the way.
For the pin, 1, 2, 3. That's far too long. 12:08.
Well, so it looks like Ric Flair then is the president, right? And we'll just move on to the next match.
But wait! There's more!
What?
Eric Bischoff comes down.
Yeah,
So
there we go.
What role does Eric Bischoff have?
That's exactly what I had down. Why is Eric Bischoff here?
So Eric Bischoff is like, hey, I know I've done some really shitty things in the past, but this aggression will not stand, man. Reverse the decision. Piper wins.
So, why do we have a president? Why do we have a commissioner?
No. Piper's like, hey, I know you fucked me over a bunch in the past. Never thought I'd say this. Thanks. Nice job.
We're both faces now, apparently.
Yes. Well, he doesn't have his leather jacket.
That's right, so he's good.
Right.
Nate, on the way out, my favorite part of the night is just giving out to some little kids on the side.
That was funny. Yeah, that was real funny.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Staring at him.
Sit down! Shut up! Woo! Woo! Shut up!
Do you think the leather jacket was like The Mask?
Yes.
From the movie
The Mask.
Rocky Dennis, The Mask?
Mask. Just Mask.
Just
starring
Mask.
Cher.
Is that your favorite Cher movie? Or are you more of a Moonstruck guy?
Oh boy. I'll be damned if I could think of a Cher movie that wasn't Moonstruck or Mask. I think I saw Mask when I was very young, and I think it scared me.
Oh, it scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
So I'm not gonna say Mask.
Also, Moonstruck scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Because I see fucking, what's his name? Nicolas Cage in the state he was in.
I'm gonna say Moonstruck, favorite Cher movie.
Nice. Good for you.
Does Groundhog Day count?
No.
Okay.
Because we don't see her on camera.
Moonstruck.
Yeah.
Fast forward to tomorrow night on Nitro, as Greg was saying,
I thought we were still talking about Cher.
Bischoff has no power,
Yeah, right.
so they just reverse the entire decision, and they just go back to the way everything was. Flair is still the president. Piper is now, or still the commissioner, and Bischoff's just a guy who's there, who used to have power. It doesn't matter.
We just move past, we just ignore it, like Bischoff coming out tonight? Is that what happens tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
As it turns out, Bischoff doesn't have any power to reverse the decision.
Right.
It would be like if Greg came in and was like, nope, don't like it. Dean Malenko is now champion.
I'm fine with that, actually, because he shouldn't have any power, right?
He doesn't.
But why then waste the time tonight to even do that?
For a cheap pop.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Cher has been in some real clunkers.
Was she in Ready to Rumble? What was the chick in Ready to Rumble?
Probably a Rose McGowan type.
Yeah, I think it was Rose McGowan. I think you're 100% right.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I think so. I'm positive now that it's Rose McGowan.
Wow.
We had a Sting versus Goldberg promo.
We're really good tonight in accidentally getting movies. Yes, yep.
Moving right into the Sting versus Goldberg match.
Only about 9 months late, WCW. Good job.
Yeah, hot opener.
Yeah, right.
Was this the one about the dream scheme?
You are really focusing on that. Why don't you
There
talk
were
about
two
it
of my
now?
favorite things in the world. I believe it was coming up to this one. There was a all right. Here's what.
This is the.
Okay.
Yep.
Here's what you have to picture. It's late night. 3 a.m. on ABC. NBC. You know how they'll do infomercials.
Yeah, right.
On appointment television.
Think of a spiritual leader type. Where are you going? As a dreamscape.
Mm-hmm.
It's what is your purpose? We have a purpose for you. And then Dr. Joey Sparkles. And he comes onto the screen. It's he's waiting for your call.
Yeah.
That was what this promo was.
For $49.95, he'll send you a crystal.
Sting. Goldberg. Wrestle. It's what is happening with these promos tonight?
That leads right into the set it and forget it rotisserie chicken thing.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Oh, it's
What's
so bad.
your purpose?
It's not even like the Flair one where you get a little bit of a backstory. And
Right.
Yeah.
You find out a little bit what's happened. It's oh no, these guys are fighting. They
Fight forever.
Clap, 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 clap.
Sting is a crow now. Goldberg thinks his son is ripped. Take off your shirt.
Unnecessary raw zoom.
Find the road to salvation through shirt removal.
That's what got you in trouble last time, man.
That's true. I was trying to find the road to salvation in a park, and it did not go over well.
And why you thought it was in Cleveland too was a little weird.
This match is a classic. We have nothing for these guys to do.
Yeah, is it ever?
We're waiting for our heels to re-heel. So we're waiting for Scott Steiner to get a buddy. So we're just You guys fight.
You're waiting for other programs. That's what this should
Yeah.
do. And the problem was, like, the fans wanted this. Like, fans were chanting for... I mean, on the last episodes we've seen where Goldberg just wasn't there, fans were always chanting for him. Fans also always chant for Sting. So this should have worked, but... Oh, man.
Whoa. Goldberg looks like a robot that's malfunctioning. He's so stiff and nothing bends the way it's supposed to. He's like a tiny Kali.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
Sting looks...
man.
I think this is primarily Goldberg's fault. But Sting's kind of all over the place on this match.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's not going over the top rope right, and he's, like, missing spots and reversals, and he's, like, sliding off Goldberg's shimmering skin.
The first move of the match, Sting bounces off the ropes. Goldberg, like, reverses it into, like, a power slam, but Sting's supposed to do the arm drag takeover. Goldberg doesn't know how to do a fucking arm drag takeover. He doesn't know how to do that, so it's just like, oh, oops, I dropped you. Let's do that again, but I'm going to power slam you this time.
Yeah, right.
I imagine at the beginning, Sting was like, hey, let's do this arm drag reversal takedown. Goldberg's like, I don't know how to do that. He's like, don't worry, we'll learn it in the ring. We'll just keep doing it until you get it right.
Let's consider this a sparring session.
Yeah.
I'll help you
Right.
through it. I'll help you through it. This match just never
Trial
got
by fire.
Never got started.
No.
That's the best way to put it. Never got started. And also, man, Goldberg's unsafe as shit at this era. Like, I don't think he ever gets safe, ever.
Yeah, he never
But
gets safe.
he is just really noticeably just violently hurting Sting a lot of times. And, you know, the always joke is, like, why do all Goldberg matches look real?
Because they are.
Because they are.
Oh, anything before the finish?
No.
Speaking of violently unsafe, Bret Hart shows up.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that joke, Ty.
Blanket. Oh, the blankets are back!
Yay!
Yay! Where you going, buddy?
He
bye.
brings a chair with him, and he just... It's a brutal chair shot to the head
Oh,
of
yeah.
Goldberg.
Unprotected. Uh-oh. That's the first time I've ever heard Cash bark.
Yeah. Oh, you all right, bud? Okay, bye. Oh, you're back. All right.
Oh, there goes your phone.
Yeah.
And he...
Come here,
Bret Hart just keeps on battering Goldberg's
It's just
his
like
bad
Luger.
knee.
Yeah. Right. See, you know what? I don't blame Goldberg for, like, you know, side-kicking Bret Hart's head off in a couple weeks, or couple months, excuse me.
Yeah, it's ending his career.
Yeah. Wait till that happens.
Oh. So Bret Hart just beats up on Goldberg. They call a no contest. And then he leaves.
And then the match peters out.
The match is over.
Yeah,
So,
right.
oh, that's,
Yeah.
that's it. Ding, ding, ding. Bell rings. Oh, and then we get our second run of the match.
Yeah.
Where the Steiner's just like, hey, let's go beat up these guys.
That was very strange.
Yeah.
I don't quite get it.
So now suddenly heel Steiners start fucking around with a guy who's already beat up, who they had no business with.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is going to set up like some sort of cool Goldberg and Sting taking on the Steiners.
No.
I hear rumors of
Nuh-uh.
Goldberg will go on to kill Bret Hart's career.
Right.
And Sting will go on to fight Rick Steiner and get attacked by dogs.
Oh, that's coming up! Oh, Greg's gonna love that! Yes, that's right! With the Rottweilers.
Cash, come here. Come here, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. I think it's coming. That is coming up. Yeah, right,
Yep.
right. Oh my God,
That's the angle we're setting up for.
dude. You're gonna have so much fun with that. And also, I do believe that Sting in a couple months will be working with a gentleman named Lex Luger. If you are interested in that.
Boo.
That's something fresh for the year 1999. Sting and Luger.
So we get a
I wouldn't
nice.
mind a fresh Sting.
That would be nice.
Surfer Sting.
We've yet to see a Sting that I care about, and it's a real shame.
The Sting you care about is in TNA.
I can't wait till TNA, goddammit.
Moving on to a video package for our main event, which laughed my
Oh
ass
no,
off at.
this is the greatest video package of all time.
This is the only one I remember.
So Scott Hall hired a photographer and said, I want you to take the sexiest pictures of me possible. And then it came out really good. And it was like, oh, we got to get DDP on this. So he's like, "Oh, DDP, come on over. I got this guy for another half hour." Just looks super sexy.
Oh, it's so good.
Nobody gets this reference, but this was like a direct thing to to Sexy 64. Like, it's just dudes like pelvic thrusting into the air and like making kissy faces
Oh,
at
it's
the
all
screen
kissy.
and close up such cool tattoos. Like, yeah, I have a cool tattoo. I'm gonna flex it for you.
But it's all poorly cropped.
Oh my god!
So it's like
yes.
whereas DDP would usually probably doing his bang. They cut off where his arms are, so it's just him looking like an uppercase D with his dick out. He's like, oh yeah.
This is the all-time craziest promo I've ever seen. It's not like these two have so much history with each other. He came out and ruined his chances. It's just like, oh hi, I didn't see you there.
Are these guys gonna fuck?
Hey.
got
You're
these.
pretty sexy, and I'm pretty sexy. You want to make a promo, and then maybe we'll wrestle. You want to wrestle?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
We'll see how the night goes.
Have you ever had a buddy take fake like I'm gonna take your Tinder profile pictures or your OkCupid profile pictures, make a funny face. This isn't a real one. We're just gonna go on and just mess with people. Make kissy faces. Do it. Do it.
I honestly feel like Kevin Nash was like Groupon, and he found like a really good deal for boudoir shots. He's like, DDP, get in here!
Dallas, Page, I got something for you.
Bring your wallet!
Take your shirt off.
I'm gonna do this, and then you do the other half.
So funny.
It is good.
I've never seen anything like it. It's just, it doesn't hype anything. It's just funny.
And we cut to a wide shot of the entire arena because Sting and Goldberg aren't out of the arena yet, or aren't out of the ring yet.
Gotta kill some time.
All right, let's just talk about Sting for a bit, I guess. Talk about anything.
Play my promo again.
Mwah. Mwah.
We'll do this one live.
Promo's over. Run it again! Back to back to back.
Play one of the other 4 I made for this show.
Yeah.
Nash wipe. I wish we had a Nash wipe.
That'd be awesome. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nash wipe.
So we get now we get our buffer back. He's
Yeah.
Well, you got me kind of hyped for this.
yeah.
He always does.
Coming up next, after everything you've seen tonight. You fucking went to town that bottle.
Yeah, he loves
crazy.
bottles.
He's using my foot as a table right now.
After that
Hold this
amazing
for me.
Stupid human.
You did a bad job.
After that amazing Stevie Ray match we've seen earlier, tonight we've got 2 of the biggest stars going at it in the ring for the WCW Championship. DDP versus Big Sexy. Not even Kevin Nash just calls him Big Sexy.
Right before this match started, I had
that
to
promo.
I had to remember what happened at the last pay-per-view. I'm like, okay, so let's remember here. So DDP won the title, and Kevin Nash jobbed clean to Goldberg. I'm like, oh, there's no way that like Kevin Nash would use that as an excuse to get the title back on him, would he?
I put over Rey Mysterio and Goldberg
Yeah.
once.
What did you guys do?
It's as they make their entrances. I don't know if what audio was messed up, but thank you for that because they just kind of drown out Buffer.
Yeah, right.
He keeps going, but you can barely hear him. So DDP's music is like dubbed in, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not the original music.
Yeah, it was originally. Who's he come out to? Is it Nirvana or something like that?
Yeah. That's why. That's got to be why the audio's fucked up. Like they never fixed Buffer, and they just put DDP's new network music on it. Is this the promo? No, this isn't the promo.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Wait for it. I still think. Unbelievable. Great promo. Top notch.
Like an 8,
Kissy faces.
5 out of 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
10 out of 5.
Yep.
Great promo.
We'll
5 out of 7. Perfect promo.
So the backstory in this one is Savage has been doing his best to keep the belt on DDP.
But we don't have an explanation why. He just is.
Yeah. Sting was the champion for like an hour,
Yeah.
and then Savage helped DDP win it back.
This all happened since the last pay-per-view?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Russo isn't booking.
No. Well, he hasn't vacated it yet, so.
Got it.
The issue is Nash, who is the heel, but is also booking, has been booking himself as the face, because his entire thing is, I gotta get revenge for Hogan, because I know you put him out, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
And DDP, who is the face, is being booked as the heel.
Yeah.
He's like, hey.
Without seeing the Nitros, this is like exceptionally abrupt.
Right.
Yeah.
And what I remember, though, because I did watch some of the Nitros around it, I didn't watch the one right after this, but I did watch some, before this, excuse me, was that, like, DDP, when he got the belt, became kind of like a prima donna. Like, the belt got into his head, and he felt like he deserved more.
Okay.
So he wasn't, like, full-on heel, but he was kind of doing some, like, hey, you know, I worked really hard for this. Why are you guys not giving me main events everywhere and across? Like, kind of, like, justified a little bit, but, like, taking you too far.
So it's like a kayfabe early version of CM Punk for real?
Excellent.
Which, I mean, makes sense.
It does, and it works. It's fine because DDP, like the whole story with him is he came up with nothing, and he worked his ass off to get to this point. So now he wants to like live the lifestyle, and he's just not getting it. And he's pissed.
Makes
Cool,
sense.
Fine, but they don't explain that here.
Yeah, but you're also being a whiny bitch.
Right, you're also being a bitch. You're right,
So.
exactly. Nash is cool. He takes boudoir shots.
Kiss your
The
face.
coolest thing you can do.
Mwah.
Now suck my dick.
He's not Scott Steiner.
You know, he does it. He does it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I usually love Nash. He is so lazy in this fucking match.
I gotta let him out. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
go for it.
That's
You
fine.
can keep talking.
Yeah. No, he's real. This whole match is like lazy. Both guys seem kind of lazy.
I mean, DDP comes with a fire to begin with. He's firing shots at him. Pow, 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 pow. But nah, the entire thing is he just giants him.
Yeah.
He's like,
right.
"Raw," shove off, and then DDP flies to the ground.
Yeah, this whole match though, I was actually pretty much bored throughout this entire thing, you know. And then
It's
I don't remember spots. I just remember like these guys kind of throwing forearms and lots of rest holds.
Nash spends a full minute laying on the ground selling.
Yeah,
Not
right.
even selling, just laying on the
He's
ground.
laying on the ground, right? He's not selling. He's just hanging out. He's rest holding without the other guy doing anything.
Sit.
Do you have anything main for this one?
No.
All right. So we do go like to the finish and stuff. It'd be cool till we get to
Go to the
that.
finish and stuff.
All right, cool.
Okay. To the finish.
I mean, do you have anything before the finish?
No, I got nothing, dude. I want to talk about the finish though. So
The finish comes when Nash just hits the jackknife on DDP,
out of nowhere.
goes for the pin, and then Savage just materializes.
Yeah, right. Good for Savage. They didn't even. They hadn't. The crowd didn't react to him coming down to the ring. He just is.
Yeah, they usually do like the.
Right.
Everybody turns their heads. Halfway through this match, you do like the entire crowd turns to a big fight that's happening. Because who cares about this fucking match?
WCW. Yeah, that's a bad sign when they're caring more. But like, yeah, Savage is like Schrodinger's cat. Is he in the arena? Is he out? It doesn't matter. He exists in both worlds.
Yeah, so he just kicks Nash for the DQ, rings the bell. He beats up Nash a bunch.
Yep.
Grabs the belt, hits him with the belt shot.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's leaving, who makes his extra appearance tonight? Eric Bischoff.
Again, with no power.
It's like, hey, whoa. Calls referee Nick Patrick, who looks real weird. I
Yeah.
don't know.
He's growing. Like Kenny Powers is definitely looking a little strange these days.
He's either lost weight or gained weight, and his hair.
I think he's gained weight.
It's long enough to where it's like he's got like a ponytail,
Yeah.
but not really.
Right.
I do love Nick Patrick.
We do. Oh, he's amazing.
So he just pulls Nick Patrick and says, hey, I don't care. We had it on the marquee. There's got to be a winner. Doesn't matter. Beep, 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 man.
Like that never stopped you for the last like 3 years of all these main events and ended in cluster fuckery. So apparently he does now because he's a good guy because he doesn't have the mask jacket on, so he's good now.
So they restart the match, and it's another 5 minutes of just
Rest holds.
rest holds. Move, 2 count, rest hold.
Yeah.
Move, 2 count, rest hold.
Here's what drives me nuts. So this match, they're both laying down after when Bischoff comes out, right? Because the match is over after Macho jumps him. They're both on the ground doing nothing. Bischoff restarts the match. They go into a rest hold. You were just resting for 8 minutes. Like, why? Why are you doing this?
it's so bad.
Yeah.
People start pelting the ring with garbage.
Early! Like, the match isn't even over and they're throwing garbage in. I'd be pissed, too.
Oh.
It was just junk.
We've gone through the first false finish of the match, if you would
Great.
like to jump in on that.
Nope. Got nothing to say. This match is boring.
Very boring.
So eventually...
I don't like the DDP's heel in it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And then, to finish this match out, Nash just hits the fucking jackknife again.
Yeah, right.
If you're gonna have that ending, DDP should retain. So it's like, oh, there's controversy. No. Nash just wins twice.
Yep.
Right.
He looks like a fucking golden god.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah,
of
I mean,
course
he
he does.
is. Did you see that promo?
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, let him make kissy
so
faces
pretty.
at me.
He's so pretty.
Just anytime.
Yeah. There he is right now. Look at him.
I think I'm in love.
Yeah.
So, Kevin Nash.
Guys, my penis feels funny.
Okay. How is it tingly?
It's like tingly and moving around a little bit.
Okay.
Oh boy, I really wish Kevin Nash wasn't on the screen right now.
That's
Make my penis feel weird.
gonorrhea, right?
I think yeah.
We tell him. Nah, you're fine.
You get the Hep C, buddy.
Yep.
Thanks, Kevin Nash. Just from looking at his kissy face.
So, Nash, your new champion, 18 minutes and 21 seconds. And as we know from Tomorrow Night on Nitro, Eric Bischoff has no power.
Mm-hmm.
So Tomorrow Night on Nitro, no one gives a fuck because Kevin Nash booked it.
Yep.
So it's like, we're not even going to touch on that one. We're worried about the presidency. It doesn't
So wait a minute. So the presidency thing gets overturned, but Nash's title win does not get overturned.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Now that
Wow, Slamboree.
Slamboree. I didn't hate this pay-per-view. It was not good, but while watching it, was not upset.
Yeah. This I felt was I liked the last one. I know you didn't. I liked the last pay-per-view. This one I felt was worse. But at least there's enough. Like honestly, I really liked that Gorgeous George match. So it kind of like that elevated the. I don't remember really anything standing out, but like the Gorgeous George match really did it for me.
The entire pay-per-view's better because of it.
And that there's a couple matches here that I can say were kind of little gems. And
Yeah.
The matches themselves weren't great, but this is when we first started this podcast, this show.
Yeah.
This is the insanity that I was expecting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Run-ins, non-stop, interference everywhere. We're doing. Old people are fighting over presidencies
right.
when Ric Flair's in a fucking insane asylum.
Unintentional hilarity where you have like Bam Bam Bigelow and Brian Knobbs expose the business halfway through.
Right.
So, I mean, this is not a good show by any means, but there's some fun
Not
to be
my
had.
least favorite.
Right, there's some goofiness.
For sure. That first match was also pretty good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Set a
The
good
tag
tone.
match, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good, yeah. If you're actually into wrestling.
Which I'm not.
No.
So that's not why I liked it. But you know.
But Raven was there.
Raven
Yeah.
was there and that helps.
So, as we do every episode, Match of the Night, MVP, Shining Light, and WCWTF Moment. Oh, the Night.
Yeah.
Match of the Night, who would like to start?
Gorgeous George versus Little Nate.
Gorgeous George
So
versus
good.
Little Nate.
So good.
Yep. So good.
Yeah, Gorgeous George versus Old Nate.
I mean, I would say the tag match is probably my number 2, the opener.
That was a close one.
Right. That was a really fun match, well paced. But Gorgeous George, I think, very underrated for like a lot of the stuff that she did, her mannerisms in the ring. Little Nate was just amazing.
Perfect.
Selling, doing his little Nate-ing, copying Ric Flair's move, being sneaky. Good. Great.
Yeah, it was great.
Yep.
Speaking of which, MVP of the night, mine goes to Little Nate.
Your Little Nate? Yep.
Mine goes to Little Nate.
I'm gonna... Little Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Little
He's
Nate.
perfect.
I thought about something for a second, but like, nah, Little Nate.
She's perfect.
Shining Light of the Night.
Shining Light of the Night. Oh, boy, this is kind of a toss-up. No, I feel like... Alright, I got mine. It's gotta be the Kissy Faces.
I knew you were gonna say that one.
It's gotta be the Kissy Faces. That was so funny to me. Like, it was already funny, and then you get that DDP
Yeah.
picture of him pelvic thrusting the air so hard that, like, the moon is exploding from jizz. Like, it's so
That
funny.
happened. Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, you remember that, 1999.
Yeah, the great
The times
moon
were all
jizz
weird.
explosion.
Yeah. We got a new moon, though.
Yeah.
Moon 2.
Electric moon.
Way better
moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's true.
We can't reach it because it's
But trust me, if we ever get there, Wi-Fi enabled. It's like, it's like the Starbucks of the 2000s.
I don't know why we didn't spend the extra $1 to have it coded for the anti-jizz, just in case it happens
Yeah,
again. But
well, look,
it is $1.
DDP's not wrestling anymore, and Kevin Nash isn't editing promos, so we're safe.
We're good.
Maybe he's going from DDP yoga to DDP tantric sex.
TD moon explosions.
Moonsplosion.
DDP
.com. .org.
/ we're coming for you, Moon. Can you guess how they spell coming?
Queen's English?
2 E's at the end. COMEE.
Kume.
Little dash above it.
Right.
Yeah.
Ye old
Lot.
coming on the moon.
God. My shining light is moon coming.
Specifically, just that picture of DDP.
By the way, shining light, I'm gonna give it a Gorgeous George. Because number one, goddamn, when she came out,
So hot.
really super attractive, and I was kind of just impressed. I was expecting that to be garbage, and it came out really good. So we gave Little Nate credit just for his MVP, you know, like doing all the work. Also, by the way, Little Nate coming back and doing the ref spots
Yeah, right?
also deserved a lot of credit for that one too. But Gorgeous George, man, she was great.
Yeah. Ty?
I'm with you on the
Yeah.
kissy face weird promo. Oh,
That was good.
everything about all the video packages was so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It was there, but that one, we laughed.
I died.
I watched
I
it.
just died.
I watched it like 2 hours before. I watched it early this morning.
Yeah.
And then Greg came over this afternoon.
Right.
We finished it up. He finished it up. I watched it again, and I just laughed every fucking time.
Thrust.
It's goddamn unbelievable. WCWTF moment of the night.
This is a no-brainer for me. Want me to go?
Yeah, sure.
The end of the hardcore match. It's pretty much rapid succession. Him exposing the second half of the arena, the empty arena. What the fuck? And then having a finish that literally nobody could see. Like, it's almost completely dark. The audience can't see it. You can't see it. And then Tanae's like, and it's over.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks, Mike.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Let's get out of the ring.
Yeah.
I guess it's over. Yeah. So that whole like series of events, it's showing everybody the empty arena, ending a match that no one can see.
That's a good choice.
That's a good one. Mine usually would go to all the interference spots because those always drive me fucking crazy, especially when 7 out of the 8 matches we had tonight had interference spots in them.
That's Russo-esque right there.
Yeah.
That is. Oof.
But in reality, it goes to the end of the main event, where it's like Nash heard what they were going to do during the Flair and Piper match. It's like, oh, you're gonna have Eric come out and reverse the decision and stuff, and then you know what? I'm gonna do that too, but I'm gonna win again.
What do you think? It's a horrible idea. I'm doing.
Well, no. Tomorrow night on Nitro, we're doing this whole angle where I'm gonna come out and it's gonna be, oh, I don't have the power to do that. I don't actually have the power, so Ric Flair's still in charge, and he's just like, I'm not gonna do that part though.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna win again.
I'm going with you. That's a good. The whole like Eric Bischoff with power, without power, and then now that I know it immediately gets turned over the next day. That's what the fuck, man.
I feel like you can't totally hold what happens the next day accountable. We don't know that yet.
Yeah, but even then, though, like, why would he come? Like, we know up to this point, if we saw Bischoff, he has no power. We know who the president is. We know who the commissioner is. So are we just pretending that those don't exist now?
I thought maybe like TV executives still had some power. Like you're all fired
Over both of them.
Yeah,
then what's the point of having either of them?
Well, so like if you have like a manager and an assistant manager, there's still a district manager on top of them. Like there's always somebody above the person. Ric Flair doesn't own WCW. Piper doesn't own WCW. Somebody owns it.
Yeah.
Ted Turner can come down and say none of this matters.
Well,
that guy's in charge.
If Ted Turner came down and said,
Right,
but I mean, Bischoff could be his intermediary. Like we don't know.
so
I
Bischoff,
don't know because I don't watch.
So he's like the anonymous Raw owner.
Yeah, I mean, sure, that's actually perfect.
Then do that in your story.
Daniel Bryan is the manager. Shane McMahon is the whatever. But if Vince shows up, Vince still says, none of this matters. I do what I want.
Yeah, but even
that's what I thought had happened. That's what I'm saying.
even commentary themselves are like, Bischoff doesn't have any power.
Right, yeah. Like, that's the thing. If you're 100% right, but when the commentators go against it, and the last time we saw Bischoff, he was ousted from power, because, like, what is it, Flair won the presidency?
Flair, yeah.
Or, like, got control of WCW.
Sure.
Like, if that wasn't already established, that's fine, but it was...
I would just assume that the next day Bischoff shows up and he's like, I've been put back in power by Turner. I'm the guy now again.
Yeah.
None of this matters.
But
I'm just saying I can't totally hold tonight's actions accountable to tomorrow's actions.
Even so, it's the same ending from a match we've already
Sure.
seen.
Right, yeah.
Sure. You're welcome to still pick
with
that,
a worse ending to it, because it's just, why not end the match 5 minutes earlier with that ending?
Right.
So you can maybe set up a Savage versus Nash match for next month.
Wow, I don't want to see that.
Which does happen next month.
God damn
Oh, God. Really?
Great American Bash, baby.
Remember that good Great American Bash? Oh my God.
What?
He's going to have Great American Bash with the best walk and brawl of all time. Where
Right.
With DDP
With
and
the charcoal,
yes.
the barbecue. Yeah.
That was a great one.
He's going to have a lot of walking brawls.
Yeah. Uncensored was a good one, too. Now that I think about it. The DDP.
Yeah.
Magical
We had the
Kitchen
trilogy.
6-1.
The DDP
yeah.
Macho Man trilogy. They were all pretty solid.
Yeah.
So. That was when we first started getting on the DDP bandwagon.
What was your WCWTF moment?
I'll go with the Eric Bischoff thing. I think that was
Sure.
and like the weird double endings and yeah.
Repeating the exact same ending from a match 2 matches ago.
Mm-hmm.
Greg, what was yours?
The second. The empty arena.
Oh,
That's a good one. Yeah.
God damn.
Wow.
That was so fucked.
Slamboree.
Slamboree. Not the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, but there was just such a bright spot. I mean...
Right.
The insanity of it overshadows the terribleness of
But
it.
maybe that's what we're hoping for with future episodes of the podcast is we
Yeah.
get this craziness and it even though it's bad, it's entertaining.
Let's not undersell Scott Steiner in this either. Like, he didn't win any awards, but he deserves attention.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's just so funny. Him and Buff Bagwell are just great.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about this. Scott Steiner takes a swing at Buff Bagwell so hard.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That, and Buff wasn't really looking at him. Like, the spot is Buff ducks and Steiner's, swinging a chair.
Yeah.
If Buff missed that spot by half a second, he would have been decapitated.
I had a note of that one
I
too,
have
yeah.
never seen somebody swing a chair so hard.
It may
in
as
a
well have
wrestling
been
match.
baseball bat.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Right. It was the closest I can think of was that one Royal Rumble where it's Mick Foley and Terry Funk and they're just decking each other with chairs. But even that, they pulled back a little bit. This was just like a baseball swing.
Yeah,
This was rough.
unbelievable.
That's all she wrote for Slamboree 1999 for the WCWTF podcast. I've been your host, the man of 1,004 names, Tyrell Interference. You can follow me on Twitter at 1,004 names.
Yeah, no, it's hard to do.
It
right?
is. It really is.
I'm Killer Greg. You can find me at KillerGreg17. Did I step on your lines?
That wasn't done yet.
I'm Killer Greg. You can go ahead. Sorry. I'm Killer Greg. You can find me at KillerGreg17 on Twitter.
Steiner wins.
Steiner wins.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Wait. Stop that.
You can cut this out, Ty. Do your
I'm
bit.
going to.
Do your bit.
If you like what we do, give us a rate and review. Tell your friends. Like us here on Twitch. If you really like what we do,
Really
like it, you want to see us with better mics, maybe a better setup,
Yes.
hit us up on that Patreon, patreon.com/WCWTF podcast, where you can find exclusive podcasts. We've got another one coming up very soon. Got a plan for it. I'll tell these guys afterwards. It's going to be a surprise for you, though.
Surprise for us, too.
Yeah, and I think that's all I have to say.
And what do we talk about? $50 to our Patreon account,
Yeah.
and you get Greg sings your favorite hits. Doesn't matter what it is. Make him sing songs from Pocahontas.
Sing anything you
From
want.
American Tail.
Somewhere out there beneath the...
Whoa, stop. Okay, we can't give it away for free.
Yeah. They have to pay for that. $50 to Patreon. Greg will take care of that for you.
I'm really hyped about that. I am Killer Greg. You can find me at KillerGreg17 on Twitter. Also, Ty and I, we stream every Tuesday from 1-ish till 5-ish, depending on what's going on that day. We just finished up Batman. Previously, we done Axiom Verge. That game was dope as fuck. We did Amnesia. It was shit. Point is blah. Also shit. But we're running through A through Z. Next time, I think, is going to be Shadow of the Colossus.
Nice.
Yep.
We've got Shadow of the Colossus coming up. We've got Monster Hunter.
Yep.
Also good.
During this week and probably a little bit of next, I'm going to be running through the rest of Batman solo. I do a lot of fighting game Fridays and fighting games solo, so if you want to face us, let us know.
Yeah. And you can also find us on YouTube at WCWTF Podcast. Ty keeps telling us we don't have a channel. I don't know what he's talking about. If you just search WCWTF, we are literally the first thing that comes up.
Yeah.
So,
you can't just go to youtube.com user.
Oh, we don't have our own URL.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
our own URL yet.
Well, let's get on that.
Yeah,
How hard can that be?
We need 100 subscribers.
We'll get it tonight. Tonight, everybody who's listening, millions. Just go ahead and YouTube, subscribe.
Yeah. Anyway, so check out our YouTube. That's coming together. We are also doing Bad Movie Fridays.
Yes,
our first one up for the commuter is up. It's actually a very good review, in my opinion. Not everything we do is great. I think this actually is a very good review. You should check that out too. So this week, I think we're probably going to wind up doing Den of Thieves, House of Dens.
No, we're doing the third Maze Runner.
This week we're doing the third Maze Runner.
And have either of you seen any of the first two Maze Runners?
We have not. Nope. We're going in blind.
Yep.
So we're checking that out. So yeah, please subscribe to our YouTube. That would help us out.
Absolutely.
Please do.
Currently, that's like my baby. If you subscribe to that, that would help me out more than anything you could possibly do.
We're doing a 15 subscriber special, so...
We're already at 15, so we're not doing the special.
We're doing a 20 subscriber special.
There we go. Much better.
We were 13 earlier today.
We're 15?
Sweet.
Yeah.
This is our 15th subscriber special.
Yeah.
See you at 20.
Right.
What is your favorite Liam Neeson movie?
Wolf Puncher.
Wolf Puncher.
That's nobody punches wolves better than he does.
Was he in Love Actually?
I was actually going to say Love Actually.
Was he? I don't remember.
I hate that movie. He plays the dad of the little boy in that movie. Honestly, I'm not that versed in Liam Neeson. Probably episode 1. He's a Qui-Gon Jinn.
Check out Michael Collins.
Check out literally any other Liam Neeson movie besides episode 1.
Michael Collins?
Was
he in Rob Roy?
He was also in Rob Roy, right?
But they're not, okay.
He was also in Schindler's List.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw Schindler's List.
No?
It's sad, man.
It is super sad.
A bunch of people dying. I don't want to see that shit.
A little bit of a bummer. Good movie, though.
Sure, it's great.
Yeah.
Don't want to see it.
All right, Mark, do your outro.
Hey, this is Megastar Mark. You can follow me at Megastar Mark, and then see right over, sort of there. There we go.
What are you pointing at?
Right over there. Yeah. You can see our Twitter account, which is at WCWTF Podcast on our Twitter. As every single weekday, we do crowds of WCW. We do your favorite Lex Luger pictures, any other funny stuff that I managed to find watching the Nitro episodes, watching the Clash of the Champions. Anything I will find, I will throw up there. We'll have some laughs. We'll share with each other. Make sure to give us a follow. Make sure to retweet our tweets. Get our name out there. It's a big, big deal for us if you do that, and we thank you a lot if you do.
So thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching, streaming, liking. And join us next time for the Great American Bash.
Yeah.
We're heading to Baltimore.
Your old neck of the woods.
Stomping ground.
Yeah.
Last time, I think one of the last Great American Bashes, Greg was sick, so he had to bounce.
Right, oh, that's right. Yeah. We did that
I either recorded half an episode or just left.
You just left.
Remember what...
Yeah, we did the whole thing.
All right.
Yeah.
So
you're welcome.
Great American Bash, 1999. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
One last thing. I'm sorry. T-shirt.
Yes.
On sale. $25. Get out of here, Jack Swagger. On the back it says, "What the fuck is an Armstrong?" Doesn't say "fuck" for friends. It says, "What the F star."
You can wear it around the house. You got kids around there. Like I said, I got an 11-year-old daughter. I wear it all the time, and she says, "Daddy, what's that word?" And I say, "You slap her." Fudge.
Yes. But it's spelled wrong. Greg's an idiot.
Right. And she's like, "Yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense."
Yeah, he's a dummy.
So next time, Great American Bash 1999, and as we say here on It Is With Mice and the WCWTF podcast, go eat a butt.
Well, that's not the worst one he said.
That's, well, okay. Is that our logo?
Go fuck yourselves.
Hey, that's not bad.
We
Bye.
did it. How do I stop this thing?
Greg hates my outro.